Who's the next to testify and try and penetrate the facts? Thinking it's already for so much, I drop back my bones. I'm taking a check and giving a slack and cutting no slack. Jay, here I go, shorty, got the 40 oak slash. Keep a fast, keep your flash, make it dash to the dash, down the gap. Heck, a lot, not a little. Don't trade upon the label, take a dollar, don't trip. I got the super kind of evangelistic espiala. Don't shit, they're coming to close the tennis. I'll get for up. Smoke this while I'm high. We were rocking upon the mic, we rock the mic, right? Back upon the two, like it's busy till I'm busy, never back to do your busy, cause the God gets busy. Who is he?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday night. Decided to throw it back a little bit to 1994, 93. I'm trying to think how far back I was throwing it back to there, and 93. This was back when I used to be a DJ on the radio. I just can't remember. Those years are a little blurry, you know, we were spinning the tunes at that time. And, of course, I've kind of got an affinity for this song, as you've seen in some of the videos I usually do. It's a great little opener for my videos. I kind of like it. And some of the people had asked about me, like, playing actual song out sometimes so you hear the lyrics and stuff. But it was a great party record back in the day. But young black teenagers, which I don't think there are any black people in the group. But, hey, that's all right. They had to go. Welcome everybody in. Tonight I am drinking a Mad Tree. Started out with a Mad Tree Citra High. Right there, Citra High.
The
Galaxy High. This little baby right here, 9.5% ABV. So started out a little light tonight. And in the house with me, of course, we have Joe here from the Beer Patrol. And just joining us now, we have Eric from Eric and Lions Fan. How you doing, fellas?
Not bad.
Pretty damn good.
What are you guys drinking tonight?
You go ahead, Eric.
All right. Well, I'm into the Dogfish Head. I'm into I can't even pronounce this. It's a Belgian style.
The Mass White.
Namaste, maybe?
I don't know. All I know is it's good.
It's a Belgian style. Would be a baby. It's so tasty. It is a good one.
It's like Office Space. Why can't they say my name? I don't get it. It's not that hard. What do you got, Joe?
Today I went through, I guess, struggles that every single beer tuber goes through. I actually shot 4 videos before coming on here. And the last video I shot was the opener for my other half brewing company week, which is the last week of June. And I started out with other half's double dry hop Space Daydream. And it
Very
is,
nice.
Yo, spoilers. It's fucking delicious, is what it is.
Everybody look like broccoli, though. That's the only problem. That's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah. Yo, baby, this beer looks so juicy. Mm-hmm.
Well, before I get started, I want to special big thanks to you two, and special thanks to everybody that's watching. As today, I was able to hit 500 subscribers. So
nice.
Appreciate you guys.
That's all, folks.
It's subscribers, and next goal, hopefully, to get to 1,000 at some point. But it's baby steps.
Get your monetization right, baby. Now that's a huge milestone. So congratulations, Rod. Well deserved.
Thank you, sir. And we called this one tonight. Are we still calling it craft beer? So we'll get into a little bit of that, but we'll also get into some of the beer news type things too. Todd will be joining us here in a little bit. But as far as that, the reason I came up with that title was kind of just, and Eric's seen some of this stuff out there in some of the Facebook groups, just some of the battle and back and forth. What is a craft beer? What isn't? And it's like, are we still kind of fighting this battle out there? Do we still need to keep calling it craft beer still? Or are people just tired of it now? Is it just going to independent be the easiest thing and kind of get some feelings out there? And if you have comments and you're watching, make sure you put the comments in there so Joe can get those out there as well. We will include you there on the board too. I don't know if you have any comments out there yet, Joe, or not, but
we have one, and it's from Craig over at Kent Beer Reviews. He says, "Hey, fellow brothers."
Hello, Craig. Thanks for staying up there, because for Craig, it is now 2:00 in the morning, isn't it? He's 5 hours ahead, I believe, of us.
Yeah, I think it's 2:18 a.m.
He is quite the night owl for sure.
He's a beast, is what he is.
So, in talking about craft beer, or the title of craft beer, I'm not going to do the whole air quotes thing, although it's kind of hard to fight that urge of doing the air quotes.
Craft beer.
Yeah. what are your guys' thought on it now? Because I know you guys know what the brewer's definition is, but at a point, is there already like have we hit that Fonzie moment of jumping the shark at this point? I mean, do we need to still keep calling it craft beer, or is it just going to be independent or not independent? And what makes it independent if it is independent?
I'm going to say this. Oh, a little bit of echo. What happened, boys? Boys, what's up?
Hello.
It might be you, Rod, because you're not getting any. I'm not getting any echo when you talk. Eric, you say something.
Hello.
All right, we're good. Actually, it's okay. I don't give a rat's ass about the. I don't fucking care. Here's the thing: good beer is good beer. Bad beer is bad beer. I don't care who owns it. My preference would be to have an independent brewery own it, but in the grand scheme of things, I think the word craft is kind of just played out at this point. It just doesn't matter to me personally. I just don't care. I guess is the way to go about it. Like I drink what I enjoy. And if that so happens to be from a huge conglomerate that everybody hates, so be it. I still pick up Bourbon County. Is that technically craft beer? No, it's not anymore. It isn't. But It's fucking delicious. And I will buy it every year it comes out. And I'll continue to drink it. And people think that's wrong. That's on them. For me, good beer is what I enjoy, regardless of who buys it or who owns it. Doesn't matter to me. So the craft thing for me, I always thought personally craft was a fucking dumb word to use for it. Because even though these big breweries, they're huge and the way they do it is just insane, it's still crafted in some way. So to call like the good beer or independent beer craft is just kind of stupid in my opinion. But that's my opinion. I'm sure everybody has different thoughts. So.
Yeah, because I always joke around. Like if you guys one of the Budweiser guys on there, you probably think their beer's crafted too, right? So
It is. Maybe it's a little bit more in depth and they have more resources, and maybe the beer isn't as good for some, but it's still
like, baby, crafted. We got the Beechwood down here. Of course, we're crafted.
Oh, baby, with you that Beechwood, Beechwood 8, baby.
And what do you think, Eric?
My sentiments are pretty much on with Joe. I really don't care who brews it or who buys them out or anything like that. To me, if the beer's good, I'm going to drink it. Like Goose Island, the Bourbon County style. Joe, you said you'll buy it every year. If I had a chance to buy it every year, I could. When it comes here, it goes pretty quick. But I really don't care. I don't care. But you're talking to someone who likes their Bud Miller Coors too. So to me, I like my macros just as much. I like my craft beer just as much. I like independent beer. I guess it doesn't matter what kind of label you put on it to me. As long as the beer's good, I'm just gonna drink it.
Yeah.
I will say this one thing too, and I agree with Eric as well. The one thing, and I've always maintained this, and I probably said it quite a few times here on the Shep in general. If you're someone who hates big conglomerates and you don't pick in any walk of life, whether it's food or drink or clothing or whatever, and you stick to your guns and you buy only locally owned places or locally sourced food or whatever, more power to you, and that's awesome. The rest of the people in general are hypocrites. And I say this from an aspect of, think about someone who will not buy macro beer at all. They hate AB InBev because, they're pushing people off of the shelves and, they're dumbing down the breweries they buy and all that stuff. And a lot of that's legit concerns, right?
Right.
Those same people, when they're sitting there eating they're drinking their fucking local beer and what are they washing down with that beer? A fucking Big Mac. Don't talk to me about you hate the big guys and stuff. You're eating at McDonald's. Do you shop at Walmart? Oh, you do. Big conglomerate that do the exact same thing that craft breweries do. They just do it in a different way. Are you drinking a Pepsi or a Coke? Doesn't matter which one. Huge conglomerate. Go drink that craft soda because. Though there's a lot of people who sit there and they're plain as day hypocrites. They'll sit there and shit on AB InBev and all these big breweries. But when it comes to their everyday life, they're the same people. It's like, oh, I fucking, I love Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. Do you? Because that's a big conglomerate. That is like, come on, man. It's one of those things where don't be a hypocrite about it. If you're going to get on your high horse and tell people don't drink these fucking beers from these big breweries, then you probably should exhibit those same qualities in yourself when it comes to everything in life. Just don't pick and choose. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Like those people do. I don't say they upset me, but being a hypocrite in that situation, it's like you shouldn't even be able to say anything.
Right.
Because you're just a hypocrite. So anyway, again, this is all my own opinion, not Rod, not Eric, just mine.
Well, the one thing I would say is to that, I mean, it depends, I guess, if you're maybe limited for your options. So, for instance, like, I don't usually go, like, I rarely ever like to step foot into Walmart myself. I cannot stand Walmart.
Same here.
What they did to the economy. I don't like they do to their employees and all that kind of stuff. So I usually don't go to Walmart. But if an emergency situation pops up and I need to grab stuff and it's the only thing I can go to, I'm kind of, okay, well, I have to go there because you don't have access. So that's why I always say, like, for me, I usually try to go local and independent, and then anything else usually after that. I think there's situations, I think you can't slam it all because, you know, I go out there and I'll drink a Space Dust here and there. Or I think all three of us will say we all like Lagunitas. So we'll all drink Lagunitas from time to time, right? So you can't just say, oh, it's just a matter of the thing. And on the other end of it, when you try to go local craft, I found some of the local craft beer to not be as good. So it's kind of like for the prices you're paying, you don't want to put something into something that might not be as good either. And you could have got something that has a steady flow. You know, if you have like a Space Dust versus the local IPA, and local IPA is not good, and they're both at the same price, or maybe the Space Dust is $11.99, $10.99, and this is $10. It's like I could have just got this and know what I was going to get from them having it. So there's double-edged swords all around the whole type of situation, I guess you can say.
And we've had this discussion a few times, so I don't want to spend more time on what I'm about to say, but people are always under the impression that local is better or craft is better or independent is better or whatever. And it's not always the case. It just isn't. There are a lot of subpar craft, I'll do the air quotes for it, craft breweries or independent breweries. It's just the law of averages. I mean, we have 6,000 plus breweries now in the States. Even if you just say 5% of them aren't doing that well, that's still fucking 300 breweries that are subpar. There are a lot. I mean, you go to any, like, you're in Cincinnati, you have whatever, fucking 7 billion. I don't know the exact number, 50 or 60 or whatever. I'm sure there are some out there that you're not a fan of. You're not going to sit there and slam them, but there are some you're just like, I don't really buy their stuff too much. Good for them if other people like them, but I'm not going to support them because I don't feel they make the beer that I enjoy. Not that you don't want other people to support them, but you don't support them with your dollar because you don't think they're for you.
Right.
But it's just like people think here's craft automatically great, here's macro automatically shit. Not the case. Not how it works. If it was that simple, it'd be beautiful, but it's not, because a lot of these fucking so-called macro breweries that are apparently shitty, some of them actually do produce beer that people love. Well, a lot of them do because they have still the marketplace is all about macro, but they are even producing craft beers that are fucking pretty good, or they buy companies that make good beer. So it's just not that simple. It's not that simple of a decision, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you can't put a one size fits all into everything. So you have to play it out and everything. The one good thing about, for me, the local or the independent is that money is usually staying in that local area or that region or whatever you want to call it along those lines, rather than getting kicked up to the big boys upstairs. But, there's going to be certain points where you're going to have some other stuff. I mean, how many people went out and bought Founders KBS, right, this year? So that's being kicked to the boys upstairs, and people line up. It's always funny, though, the people that are saying they're all down for craft, but do you see them with a KBS? I thought you were down for just craft. That's not craft anymore. Well, who said it's not craft? Well, I mean, that's what the most widely accepted definition says. That's not craft. So
I will name no names, my friend, but I will say this. There are beer tubers that I have followed in the past that, so when Wicked Weed got bought out,
right,
there are people that, just lost their shit. Like, on Facebook, I saw people post messages like, hey, I loved your beer, whatever. I will no longer buy it. There's at least 2 people that I saw that said that. And then a couple months later, whenever I forgot when I think it was like in the summer or spring, when Bourbon County came out, guess who had Bourbon County?
Right.
So you have to put it in perspective. It's like, you can't just pick and choose your battles. You can't just say, I hate everything that macro does except the stuff I like, so I don't look like a hypocrite. Right. Either don't tell your people not to, like, people like to get on their high horse and fucking make videos or get on social media and just be like, you suck because you bought this, you're a piece of trash, blah, blah, blah. And then they're the ones at Bourbon County and they think it's cool because whatever, it's technically craft. And it's like, that's not how it works. I don't care what anyone buys. If Eric wants to sit here and drink all the Miller fucking Light that he desires, I'm all about that. But if Eric was like, fuck all the macro beers except for like Miller Lite, that's the old. No, that's not how it works. Like you can't just pick and choose like that. It's if you're gonna do it that way.
Pick and choose against, you know.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it that way, then you're better off just not saying anything. Kind of like I don't sit here and judge anybody, and I will never judge anybody for eating or drinking or dressing or buying whatever they want, because you are your own person. You buy what you want, you enjoy what you like, and if someone has a problem with that, that's on them.
Yeah, it's all about enjoying what you want to enjoy for sure. Sure, we may have fun and different things, but that's kind of more or less just some ribbon that takes place. But
look at me drink this OE 800, boys.
Yeah. All right, now you're gonna need to leave. Just leave. No, it's exactly. I mean, I think nowadays with social media, too many people have an opinion that shouldn't, or if it's that not they shouldn't have opinion, they voice it too much. Like they tell other people how to live their lives, and it's like you're not anybody special. You live your life how you want to live it, and the rest of us will live it how we want to live it. As long as you're doing stuff within the law.
Yeah,
just have fun. I mean, if you want to drink whatever beer, you want to eat wherever, no one should sit here and fucking berate you or tell you you're wrong, because you're not. You enjoy what you like. And nowadays with social media, you're almost not allowed to enjoy things you want to enjoy because you're afraid of a critique from someone whose opinion honestly doesn't matter.
Right. True that.
I mean, even like when we do beer reviews, like you get a lot of people that will post in the comments like, I can't believe you liked it. I hated it. We have different palates. We have different likes. That's cool that you don't like it and I do, or vice versa. But like, no one's wrong here. We're both right. We're enjoying what we enjoy. So,
Right. I mean, it's like when we talked earlier, I was on Maxwell Star's channel last night, Nick. We did Eric Ambassador, right? And I was probably the only one that really thought Eric Ambassador was still a good beer, dated, but enjoyable. But also knowing that style, I kind of went with a higher expectation on what to expect. And I think the people that didn't have that style before were kind of put off by stuff, but the stuff they were put off by were actually characteristics of that style. So it's kind of like, like I was teasing, telling Joe earlier, like when Eric did that coconut, because that's one of my favorite videos.
Oh.
And it's like, but if you knew coconut was there, you expect it. So when you're surprised by it, it's like, why are you surprised? Because it was already saying it was there or expecting it there. But if you didn't know that, like Eric didn't know coconut was in the beer, he didn't see it on the can, it caught him off guard. But if he didn't see it, he'd be like, well, it's got coconut. I'm not a fan.
It's delicious.
Your reaction would have been totally different if you knew what.
Yeah, my reaction would have been totally different.
Yeah, it would have been delicious, is what it would have been. But it's funny you say that, Rod, because the first I did this. I've done this a couple times, but I did 2 Fathead reviews that are coming out next week for their Headhunter and their Bumbleberry. Okay, and in both of those reviews, I gave a stylistic rating, what I think as far as the style went, because both of those beers fall into categories that I don't personally go for. The style, like Headhunter is a West Coast style IPA and Bumbleberry is a fruit beer. Right. Neither of those styles are for me. So I gave it and I don't want to give ratings for styles because I just do it for personal enjoyment, but I wanted to make it clear, like my personal rating or enjoyment isn't an indicator of how well this beer is made, because it stylistically hits the points it needs to, but I don't like the style. So I'm reviewing this to my own interest or enjoyability factor or whatever. But and that's what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people will shit on a beer, be like, this is gross, blah, blah, blah. But they also won't say, hey, this is not a style I enjoy. Like I'm drinking this IPA. I fucking hate hop forward beers. Well, okay, then I can get how you don't like it, but how does it stack up to other IPAs? Is it? But that's the whole argument I had with Tom the Beer Whisperer before. Is like I've drank enough West Coast style IPAs and fruit beers to kind of know what are well-made ones that are not. He said that you should review every beer to style. I feel, and to this day I still do, that it's unrealistic to review every beer to style unless you have had every single style and a lot of the style. Like I've had a couple grisettes. If I'm reviewing a grisette, if I had 2 of them, how can I tell you if it's a well-made grisette when I've had 2 of them in my entire life? I don't think I can properly. Right. So anyway, I don't want to rehash that because I'm an idiot. But just one of those things where, beer reviewing isn't a science. We all do it in our own way. And it just comes back to the craft and macro thing. It's like people just like to hate on stuff, basically, what it comes down to.
But I think if you look at like beer reviewing, and sometimes I'll say associated kind of like with being like a movie critic, right? So a movie critic isn't going to go out there and say, now in the style of comedy, this really nails the mark. But for my, it's kind of like, this is what I liked about the movie. This is what it did for me. This is the part that I thought was good. This is the part I think they dropped the ball type thing. And you're going to give like an overall score or review or rating on something like that and everything. So you're actually rating stuff out for how it made you feel or how it made you move and everything. That's how I think it should be as well. But you throw in there and say, hey, if you're looking at this type of style, it does fit the style. But for my personal enjoyment, this is where I'm at on the scale. And I think with a lot of people, maybe I'm wrong, maybe people can elaborate in the comments. I think when people like watch other people that do the reviews, like me, you, Eric, and all the guys that we watch everything, no one's going to be 100 for 100 on everything, right? But if you're like within 90% or 85% of what a person usually likes, you're going to say, well, I could probably go by this person a little bit more because we've seen him most of the time be right there with stuff. And I think that's what people look for when they kind of watch the channels and the reviews.
I just co-signed that. That's what I did. Because it is true. Like I've said that for a long time. Like there's so many people you'll see in the comments that'll be like, oh man, I agree 100% with you, and your palate lines up with mine, so I'm gonna go buy this, and that's cool. A beer review should be like any other resource on the interwebs. Like if you go see someone's Untapped check-in or a Beer Advocate review or a beer review on YouTube, if you do agree with the person 80 or 90% of the time, that means like more often than not, he's gonna say or she's gonna say, I love this beer, and you're like, holy shit, my palate lines up with that most of the time, so I'm probably gonna love it. But the caveat being that there's 10, 15%, 20%. That means if you drink 100 beers, there's 10, 15, 20 beers out that you won't agree with. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how life works. Right. And that's the beauty of it, though. That's the beauty of it. So I want to ask the people in the comments, there's quite a few, we'll read them in a couple seconds, but I want to ask them, why do you guys watch beer reviews? What is the big takeaway that you guys get from watching someone else review the beer? Do you want to see them review it to style? Do you want to see their personal opinion? Is there something else you look for? The first thing I look for when I see somebody review a beer is what they think about it. Not what they think in comparison to style, not what they think everyone else wants to hear, what they fucking think about it. Because if I wanted to get a average score or a fucking, just like the median score, or the general consensus, I can go to like 4 different sites and look at it. I can go to Untapped and say, oh, this beer gets a 3.98 caps out of 5. That means it's pretty goddamn good. But I don't care, because the people I follow, I want to see their personal opinion. I don't care about anything else. Tell me what you get out of the beer and how much you enjoy it. That's why I'm watching your review. The rest of it, for me, I don't care.
Yeah. And I think a big thing there is, like when I watch someone's videos, and I'm going to pull up, for instance, Dean of Dean's Beer Reviews. I like watching his video because what I've always done, and this goes back to me going to college and that's learning how to read body language and advertising and all that kind of stuff. I can sit there and watch his body language and where he's actually filming. You can never fool people by your body language. I'm not going to say any names, but there's people that make expressions out there on some stuff, and then they give it a higher score, and it's like, you couldn't have liked it that much by your body language, by the face you're making, everything along those lines. It's kind of like, I want something like where Dean does it, and he's like which if I ever played poker with him, I know how to read him real easily.
Oh, he smiles.
He's right out there, nothing like it. He's got a scowl. I mean, throws it out the back door, whatever it may be, but he's great at actually expressing stuff. Watching Craig over in the UK on Camp Beer Reviews, he has great body language, and he's going to like a beer or not like a beer, and then hear the words to see if the words actually match up with it too. And I can't take someone that always is like everything is positive, right? So
or everything's negative.
Or everything's negative, right? Some people they're negative, but I see more people that there's a few out there that they never give a bad score on a beer. And it's like, you cannot like every beer you tasted. I've tasted over 1,000+ beers. You're not going to like every beer that you tasted. And it's like, how do you always give a certain high score for this? And then in some of their videos, they'll make like a weird face when they're drinking, and it's like, and you still gave it a high score. You just go back and watch the tape. You just made a weird face on it. And it's kind of like, people have to be genuine about it. Other people aren't going to like it. They're not going to believe what you're actually saying.
If you're not being honest and you're a beer tuber, what the fuck is the point?
Mm-hmm.
Well, seriously, what is the point?
For some people.
Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, like, if you're going to lie, or you're going to be dishonest, or you're going to kind of trick the viewers and just like everything or dislike everything. Let's go to the comments real quick. Unless, Eric, you want to add anything?
You guys said pretty much what I thought. So go ahead, Joe.
Eric also cosigns
He
everything.
co-signs too. We get some co-signers on this.
Baby, all the cosigning, baby. So we have Earth, and Earth says, "What's cracking?"
What's happening? I
What's
gave
up,
Earth a shout out with the full Earth from Eric on my video.
I also did. I compared him to the full Earth. I don't know who's better. I guess we'll find out when we review that.
You said you guys wanted that beer, so I got it for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I did beer unboxing and rods today, and 2 beer reviews, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Anytime there's own nation, you don't have to ask Eric.
Oh no, no, never. You never need to ask.
I tried to get you guys a Tart M43, but it just sold out too quick.
Yeah, we'll live, Eric. Eric will live.
All right. You can read the comments now, Joe.
All right, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews says, "I don't care. I just drink them." In response to craft versus macro, so he's kind of on board with us. Eric Gilbert says, "Cheers, cheers, Eric."
Cheers, Eric.
Brandon Garrett says, recently getting involved in a whiskey community has really opened my eyes to just drinking what you enjoy the way you enjoy it. It's gotten me to go to non-independent craft beers.
There you go.
That's interesting. Yeah. Eric Gilbert says, I don't need social media to tell people they are wrong. No, you don't. No, you don't. Bum shows up. He says, everyone is entitled to their opinion, no matter how full of shit it is. It's true.
Yeah. Opinions are like assholes.
That's true.
Everybody has one.
99.9% of the people have one. Earth says, your opinion is bullshit, Bum. How you like those apples? And then Bum responds with, Granny Smith only. Granny Smith. Nice. Brandon also says, side note, Rajay, I was able to find Striker, and it's awesome.
Thank you. Good. Glad you like it.
And he
saw the video and he had mentioned he was going to look for it, so I'm glad he got a chance to get a 4-pack of it.
Yeah. Brandon Garrett also says, I watch beer reviews to get tasting notes, see if I want to spend the money to try it. I watch certain ones because I think they're entertaining. And that would be the other I guess the other way is of looking at it too, is like, yeah, if people are entertaining, I guess if they're entertaining, then you kind of forego like really what they're saying. The best are the people that are entertaining plus, I guess, informative. So I do see that. I will say this though, Brandon, when you say you watch beer reviews to get tasting notes, see if I want to spend the money to try it, do you then believe in those people's palates in terms of they are very similar to yours? Or are they beer reviewers that you more often than not will agree with? Is that why you watch their videos to see what they get from it? Because I'd imagine that is the case, but I'd just be curious. Eric Gilbert also says entertainment and opinion seems to be the way to go. Earth says he watches to see what kind of different descriptors each reviewer can come up with. Well, you're shit out of luck on my reviews because they're terrible. It's only so many times I can say fucking like dank and oh my god, I'm getting pineapple, baby.
You really try to stay the one syllable words if possible.
Yeah, I'm just like this is dank citrus and tropical, and it's pretty tasty. Craig from Camp Beer Reviews continues with, if it's a beer I have a chance of getting, I won't watch the review till after. I can see that. I have a tendency to understand why people do that, but I don't personally, just because I feel like I don't feel like I'm influenced by others. Like I just, whatever I'm drinking, I get. Like sometimes maybe in the back of my head, someone will say something in terms of a descriptor and I'll be like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean, like when I was trying to get Boom Sauce, I didn't watch any Boom Sauce videos. Everybody was kind of talking about everything. I wanted to try it out before, and then, there was so much hype around it. So yeah, I could see where I definitely agree with Craig on that.
Yep. And then Eric Gilbert says delirium, baby. Oh, baby, delirium tremens, baby. Is that what you're talking about?
It's like in Belgium, baby.
Yeah, all them Belgium beers, daddy. Bum says, I've passed up Striker twice now. Hope I'm not too late.
Yes, because it's going to be gone. It's limited. But
it's fucking limited by 7 cases.
2 times, man. 3rd time better be the charm. I told Joe earlier, there's actually another one that Ryan Geist has there called Sabretooth that came out right before Striker, and I debated on the way home from work today if I should stop or pick it up or not. And I was like, stop. Like, start thinking, like, you guys have seen my beer cellar out there. So, I got like a ton of beer. Like, do I need to get another beer? I said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till Saturday. And I know one spot that had it. And if I go back and if it's there, I'll pick it up. If not, I'll say it just wasn't meant to be. It'll be next year.
Rod, I will say this. I'll say this, buddy. My beer cellar started out like yours, okay? It did.
Yeah, yours. Why don't you shoot a video of yours? So
fucking no, I don't want to. It's ridiculous. But that's how it gets, man. You go to the beer store and you just there's so many new releases. And you're like, oh, this is an Imperial Stout. This can sit. Oh, this is this. This is a non-hop forward beer. I can just whatever. Next thing you know, you got fucking 7 more boxes. And you're like, what just happened? Like, what literally just happened? Do I now have fucking whatever 94 more beers or whatever the fuck? It's 84. It's crazy.
When you're in a beer store, you're wondering, can I get direct deposit here? Yeah, you might have too many beers.
Yeah. Good point. Bum says he has had a 4-pack of the saber-toothed tiger. What'd you think about it, Bum?
Oh yeah, I know what Bum thought about it, because that's one I'm hearing that runs very well against Striker. If I can get the saber-tooth, I'll do a side-by-side of that in Striker. I'm trying to save money.
Baby, side by side, baby. I'm enjoying those. Eric Gilbert says, baby elephants, triple baby. Oh, baby, that's such a good triple, baby. Oh, I have the glass. I have the Delirium Tremens glass with the pink elephants. I'll have to bust it out for a review with your honor, Eric, at some point. Maybe when I do review a Belgian beer in the future. Brandon Garrett says, I'm more interested in finding IPAs, and if someone gives a good recommendation, I'll look for it. And that's fair. Like I said, everybody has different ways of consuming entertainment. And beer tubing is just another form of entertainment, right? So everybody has a different way of enjoying themselves, whether you're looking for the entertainment value, if you're looking for recommendations, if you're just looking for the person's opinion, if you're looking just to see what new beers are out there. There's different ways to consume it. So I'm always curious to know what viewers, because I mean, for fucking 9 years, I was a viewer myself. That's what I did. I watched BeerTube. I wasn't a beer tuber. And the reason I watch people and until this day, why I watch people is to see their opinion on the beer. Granted, the entertainment value helps quite a bit. If you're very dry and boring most of the time, probably not going to watch you. But at the same time, I watch a lot of people, and I usually get a good understanding of what they think about a beer, and that's what I look for.
Yeah, I was able to, because one of the more recent beers I've done has been the Emperor, and I've been able to get some pretty good comments off of that one, just because people have been they've been curious about it and able to point some things out there. And, I told people it's kind of going to be for some, you're going to probably love it and some you're not, because it's kind of a love-hate type beer. And again, it gets into your palate, how distinguished your palate may be. And the good thing with that is able to point out, you may want to try to get one of these before you buy the whole 6-pack, especially if the 6-pack here at Meyer is like $12.99. One of the guys in Chicago said it's $15 there. I'm like, you're throwing some dollars out after these things. So
what beer was that, Ron?
The Emperor, the new one from New Belgium, the hemp beer, the HPA.
I've seen it, but I didn't look at the price.
Yeah, so that's a little bit more. At least it was, like I said, usually 12 something is what I've seen here, but depending where you're at, Chicago's going to jack it up a little bit there. It's like an excise tax, when you put anything in Chicago. So, you experiment. So a lot of people like to kind of hear things, I think, so they kind of know if they want to put those dollars there, kind of like, Brad's saying. So.
Well, I do think if you're a beer tuber that wants views, the best way to go about views is get stuff that's hot, that's brand new from a brewery that everyone can get. I mean, if a Stone releases a beer, or Sierra Nevada, or Bell's, or Founders, or whatever, if you're one of the first people to put up a review, you're going to get a lot of eyes on it, and a lot of people are going to watch it because it's some of the first content out there on YouTube about it. So with that Emperor, I think you're seeing that specifically, because I think you're one of the first that I watched, Rob.
It's funny because I've seen some other people starting to do it, and I don't see their views as much. I mean, I don't know if they're just not getting noticed as much out there, but yeah, it's timing does matter for sure. And
for sure it does, yeah.
And then people respect kind of what you're doing on your channel. Obviously, they're watching it.
I reviewed the Genesee Brewing Company's Ruby Red Kolsch, and I didn't think much about it. I thought during Jenny Week for me, I thought the cream ale would be far and above the rest, knowing that everyone can get that beer. And that was the only beer that I was reviewing it a part of like their normal lineup. And it's the second most watched video on my channel after the Ruby Red Kolsch. And the reason for that is the Ruby Red Kolsch is brand new. It's a brand new seasonal from Genesee, and a lot of people can get it in their market. So I'd imagine only have 140 subs, and I have 120 views on that fucking video. So clearly not all my subs are watching it. All right. That's not how it works. Right. So the fact that it has that many, it's just like, okay, it's a newer release and people aren't interested about it. So
And plus the timing of it, because you got warmer weather, so people like Kolsch's around this time of year too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. And if you type in like Ruby Red Kolsch into Google, I'm like one of the first videos that it shows. So I mean, I don't know if that plays a role or whatever, but it's timing is very important when it comes to YouTube for sure. We have a couple more comments. Brandon Gilbert says, I'm more interested in finding IPAs, and if someone gives a good recommendation, I'll look for it. I think that's holds true for a lot of people. You have a certain interest in a style or whatever beers you like, and if you follow beer reviewers and there's something that's in your area that you can get that someone's reviewing it, one of the first places I'll turn is also BeerTube, because I mean, it makes sense. He also says he's drinking a Stone Enjoy by 7-4-18 right now. Cheers. I did see that on the shelves, and I was going to pick one up because I haven't had. I don't know about you guys. When was the last time you guys had an Enjoy by? It's been a couple years for me.
Did they have? I think the last one I had might have been. I want to think that was like 12/31 or something. I think they did one for New Year's Eve. They used that date as well, I believe. It was last year at some point. Let's Enjoy by.
Yeah, shit. It's been a long time for me, man.
I mean, like I said, the last one I've done Stone was really Arrogant Bastard last night, but before that, Mocha, which is no longer available. So
you're bummed about that, huh?
I think it was a good beer. I mean,
I liked it a lot. I agree.
Apparently, they didn't have enough of people buying it or didn't pick up on it or whatever. Like I said, that's one of those ones, right? You're a hybrid, really, between an IPA and a stout. If your palate's not there, you're not going to be able to make those kind of sales to keep it out there. It might be like a small batch type thing. But the Czechoslovakia or whatever, that one is pretty good. That'll be back here.
Yeah, Kokavesa is good times.
So that'll be good to check out. And like I said, I spoke to one of the Stone guys I mentioned on the show last night online, who told me they were canceling the Mocha line, but they are experimenting with some other stuff. So I think Stone is not going to try to go the way of Green Flash or Smutty Nose and all these other ones that kind of just rested on their laurels. I think they're going to try to push out some other stuff. So it'll be interesting to watch the second half of the year. I
hope so, because I will say this, Stone, for me, is one of the biggest disappointments over the past couple of years, from a personal perspective. Because I used to buy Stone releases all the time. Like at least once a month I'd buy a Stone product. And the last like half dozen beers I've had from Stone, I just haven't really, outside of the Mocha IPA, which I did enjoy, they're not bringing it for me. Not that, again, that they're making bad beers or anything. They're getting a bit too adventurous, but I think what they're doing is they're getting adventurous, but they're not, I don't think, brewing what they're not putting their best foot forward for whatever they're coming out with each time. I did like their the last beer I had from them earlier this year was like their Merc Machine that they did. And it was good, but like if when you call a beer Merc Machine and you're going for a New England style IPA or whatever, it pales in comparison to even like the Sam Adams one. Very good, and you're Stone. You're not Sam Adams. You're not New Belgium. You're not even Sierra Nevada. You were at the forefront of this. 4 or 5 years ago, people were clamoring for your beer. So they disappoint me a bit.
Yeah. I was looking back on my thing here. I think one of the other ones I had more recent was the Stone Coffee Milk Stout, and even that. I mean, it was a 3.5 out of 5 for me when I put it on tap, but it wasn't like the Stone quality you expected in the past.
Yeah. Well, like I haven't had. I think within the last couple of years, I've only had a couple from Stone, honestly, because I've just, again, they're at the bottom for me. Like it's usually local stuff or stuff from New York State, and so much stuff's being released. It's like I got to be very intrigued by it, or it's the reputation of the beer has to be highly talked about. So like some of the last beers I had were like the Mocha IPA, the Americano Stout they did. Yeah. One of the more disappointing beers was like their Stone Ripper. You remember when the Stone Ripper came out maybe like a year and a half ago? And they were using, trying to look it up on tap here, but they were using like Galaxy and Cascade, and they were just like, this is going to be a great crushable, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yo, it's okay. Like you do these big spiels on the can and on the website and stuff, and you're telling me the beer is great or certain things, but like the beer's not speaking for itself. So
I will say who you calling a wussy, I did like that one. I do like that one as a Pilsner.
What a fucking terrible name, though. Let's be honest.
Who you calling a wussy? Yeah, I mean,
because they have the whole right with the whole arrogant bastard line, like you're not worthy to drink this beer. Because it's cool, we're worthy now. Maybe we weren't worthy 15 years ago, but
yeah.
I don't know
that you got out there.
We have Craig who says, or review Bud 50 times a year. No idea what you're talking about.
I don't know how many times you can do a revisit, and Eric almost lost his beer.
Yeah, I did.
We have no idea. Despite the fact that Eric almost choked on his own beer. No idea.
I almost spit it out, went all over the screen.
I know that some of the reviewers do the revisits, right? And it's just, I just can't see myself doing the revisits as much. I mean, if you want to go back and they do something different, maybe. I don't know.
If you want to revisit a beer that's a seasonal or a yearly offering, like if you want to review KBS, the new KBS or whatever comes out, that's one thing.
That makes sense because it's a variant each year, right?
Yeah, because it's not always brewed exactly the same. But if you're doing a year-round staple beer, like every 6 months or a year, what are you doing?
Like Budweiser's not going to change. I mean,
even like a Sam Adams Boston Lager is not going to change. It's Sam Adams Boston Lager. Like it's a craft beer, but it's fucking the same every time. But very similar.
I'm just going to stop right there. It's just like I don't get it, but that's
Do you guys find that beer has their own little kind of taste or kind of that little characteristic that they have in every beer that they brew?
In what beer?
You said beer.
Any beer.
What brewery?
Any brewery.
That they have a certain characteristic.
They have their own characteristic niche.
There's a lot of breweries that it's usually the yeast strain that they have their house. A lot of places have their house yeast strain. So you'll always get some kind of element, whether it's like a fruity characteristic or whatever from that beer. So there are a lot of breweries that have like their, I guess, what they're known for. Yeah, there's a lot out there. Yeah. A lot of people say that about, I thought you were talking about, Sam Adams, Boston Beer Company. I thought you were talking, because a lot of people do say that. A lot of people say like a lot of their beers have a similar flavor. And I imagine
there's like a characteristic that's in each of the beer. You're like, yep, this is the same Adams beer because it's this certain characteristic that I pick up on every beer that they brew.
Yeah, it's usually the yeast strain, and there's a lot of breweries out there that. I mean, I here's the thing too. I think you're better off, Eric, and if anyone out there in the comment is like asking somebody who drinks a lot from the same brewery. I think folks like us, outside of you drinking like Miller Lite mostly, we're trying different beers all the time. So I couldn't sit here and tell you like, oh, Stone has this exact yeast strain or character, because I don't drink enough of their beer on a regular basis to tell you. But if there's people out there that have a specific brewery that they drink all the time, I bet you they could tell you. But then again, a lot of people say that, oh, I mean, I drink Coors Light all the time, and they do a blind taste test and they don't get it right. So what the fuck do they know?
I just think that there's 6,300 breweries approximately now.
That's a lot.
On average, you say if each brewery has 10 beers, that's 63,000 beers.
That's a lot.
How do you go back and revisit? I just don't get it. The numbers just.
We're gonna use yourself now, right?
And that's just like 10 at a certain time, right? So of those breweries, they're updating them in different quarters, so they're adding different stuff, or they're small batch stuff, and it's like,
I
don't know.
No, Rod, we're gonna need you. Rod, just settle it down. No, I know. Listen. I think we're all kind of. I mean, again, I have been beer tubing for 2.5 months, but have followed beer tube for almost 10 years. Okay, so I don't get it. I don't personally get it, because I could seriously review one beer a day for the next 10 years and never repeat a single beer. Like I could do that without question. Easiest thing I could ever do. Yeah. So the only way you should be revisiting a beer is, like I said, it's a yearly release, like a KBS or a Bourbon County or whatever that changes. It has, the barrels aren't always going to be the same. There's going to be nuances that change. But to do a year-round beer, even if it's craft, like I mentioned that I just reviewed like Fathead's Headhunter. I reviewed it. I had it a couple weeks ago on your show. I had it a couple years ago. I had it at the brewery. It's usually the same, like almost all the time the same. It's very similar. I'm never going to revisit that beer. I'm not 2 years from now. I'm going to be like, yo, let's hit Headhunter up again. Not going to do that. Not saying anything wrong with that. I'm just saying there's just no real rhyme or reason. People have already either saw your review or have an understanding of the beer in general. So I'm totally.
Unless it's something where the brewery changed something. Like, for instance, I did the Work Wing Gamma Bomb a couple years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And I've had a couple of years I've seen that, and a couple have asked me if I'm going to go back and check it out because they think the formula's changed.
Yeah,
now that would be something I might go back and revisit, because there's more than one person has told me they thought something that's different about it now when they went to the 12-ounce cans from the 16-ounce cans.
The only way I would say to revisit a beer is maybe in the whatever form you're consuming it from. So let's say you did even like a Budweiser. Let's say you did the can of Budweiser. If you did a revisit and it was in the bottle, I would give that a slight pass. I still don't know why, but I'd give it a slight pass because it might have different characteristics. Even though nowadays, the lining of the cans and I mean, it shouldn't really matter, but I could see that. Or if you're having it on draft, because a lot of times on draft, depending on the freshness and how there's a lot of things that can be different. But like if you're like, here's this bottle of Budweiser, and then like a month or a year later, you're doing the exact same Budweiser. It's like, okay, you like Budweiser, that's cool, but I don't think you need to revisit or revisit it or anything. But again, that even goes for craft beer. Like if you want to take the Sam Adams Boston Lager, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, there's no reason. The only way I would do, I think I would accept, and again, this is all my personal opinions, just pointing this out, but the only way I would accept a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale revisit, as far as like I'd want to watch it, is someone who was like, look, I've drank a bunch of Sierra Nevada. Here's the one from their Virginia, bottling line.
Yeah.
See how it compares to what I've been drinking for X amount of years. That would be cool. Might be different, might not. Maybe they dialed in the recipe. Maybe the water changed. But as far as like macro stuff and stuff you can get all the time, it doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah. Although Heineken, there is a difference between the can and the bottle as well.
Because of funkiness, baby. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's a difference over in Europe than there is here.
Yeah.
I'm sure
over there it was so much better.
I'm gonna say a lot of those European beers, especially like Stella, probably Heineken. Bet you those beers fucking probably taste pretty solid over there. Like they're probably really good. I don't know. We get the fucking. That's why if I buy a Heineken or anything, I'd prefer it in cans. I don't want any skunkiness. I know a lot of people talk about like Heineken. They even prefer the skunkiness, like the actual brewery and the people there. Like they want that little bit of funk. That's like what they're all about. I'm like, why? Like I don't. It makes sense.
They grew up with it, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple more comments we have. We have Drunken One who shows up and goes 500 subs. Rod, and he does fireworks. He's fucking.
Thank you, Drunk.
All the emojis. Yeah, all the emojis. He's into it. Eric Gilbert says, I would love to see a few Flanders reviews. I find it odd nobody seems to review that style. You know what, Eric? I will. If you have a specific one in mind, I will definitely do it in the next month or so. Let me know if you want to see something. I mean, I haven't had a Flanders, and I think I had one late last year. But it's a style that's hard. I mean, a lot of them are Belgian produced. You don't see too many in the States. The last one I had from the States was at Brewery Vivant in Michigan. You know the Brewery Vivant, right, Eric?
Yeah, I know.
They did a Flanders, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, it's a, I want to say obscure style, but it's definitely obscure style for the North American.
I mean, I got it. If he wants me to take it, I got the Bacchus in the basement.
Like Dutch's,
that's
and
the Founders.
Yeah. There's Monk's Cafe, Flemish Red.
I actually got some lambics I need to drink too.
Baby. Anyway, so we can make that happen. All of us can try it out. I'd be curious to see Eric. I don't think Eric's ever had a Flanders Red. That would be.
I don't think I have. No.
Flanders Reds are great because I always find them to be a bit like they have a bit candied sweetness from the malt profile, and it works in conjunction with the sour levels. So it kind of, I won't say balances out, but kind of evens them out so they're not too overbearing.
I got Oud Bruin in there too.
Yeah, and while Flanders Red, Oud Bruin kind of in the same, right?
Yeah, that's why I always say like I keep more than one store in my rotation, because if I only went to one store, then I wouldn't find some of those beers. Mm-hmm. But I had like 5 or 6 that are in my basic rotation, and one of them specializes in getting that type of beer. So that's why I always say you can't always shop at one place. You need to see what else is in your area as well. So you have a nice little collection that you can try different things.
No matter where you are, especially in the States, if you have multiple bottle shops in your area, always even fucking check out your grocery stores, because like these grocery stores nowadays are carrying some crazy shit. Like it's ridiculous. You walk in and you're like, huh? What the what is this? Why do they have this here? It's pretty fantastic. Brent Earth says, and I think this is co-signed. I won't do the I'm gonna do it. Co-signed by everybody here on the panel. He says Stone needs to get their shit together.
That's co-signed.
And this is
taking all that money to try to fight Miller Coors.
Yeah, fuck that. Just make better beer and everyone's happy. Greg Cook or Cock or whatever his name is. Brandon Garrett, it's probably Cock, which he is. Brandon Garrett says, is Stone becoming the next Sierra Nevada? I think
Stone was ahead of
That's
Sierra.
a valid point. That's a valid point.
But here's the thing, and I don't want to say anything bad about Greg Koch, okay? Because people know he's eccentric and over the top and stuff. But here's the thing: Sierra Nevada never fucking said they were like the greatest beer ever. They never give spiels on their bottles about fucking you being unworthy and we make the best beer and stuff. Sierra Nevada always just provided good beer for people. Right. I don't think they ever had this grand illusion of just like crushing everybody and being whatever. So I think from that perspective, they get shit on a little bit too unfairly because a lot of their stuff that comes out is, hit or miss. But Stone likes to throw it in people's faces, or has for a long time. And now it's coming the other way. People are like, yeah, you're telling us you're fucking making great beer. Guess what? Not so much.
I kind of see Stone becoming more of the next like Rogue type situation.
Let's hope not.
Well, when you think of the feedback and all that I think they're kind of in that more closer to Rogue than Sierra Nevada as far as everything. And because even Rogue takes a little bit of attitude that I know from some other people when they talk about their beers. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. We're the greatest beer. Well, it was like, no, you're not, dude. Seriously.
And they
throw a lot of stuff out there like Stone. And it's like, seriously, you need to keep throwing all this stuff. Why don't you just make all the good shit you've been making and stop pulling it from the shelves?
And I think that's a good comparison, Rod, because I will give Stone credit. Like when they used to talk shit and stuff, talking 5-10 years ago, they made beer that was substantially better than most people.
Right.
But now they're kind of like Rogue, where they're a bit overpriced, a bit overhyped. I don't say hype, but like they're just okay. And that's not the Stone that I know. Rogue you still got to pay a premium for them. And they really don't make good beer.
I mean, a Sriracha beer, $12.99. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, fuck off.
No wonder they're sitting on the shelves for as long as they are. Like, you're trying to experiment with something. I give you points for creativity and trying to experiment, but take into account. I mean, how many people are going to deal with this? People out here are fucking all over the country dying of acid reflux and shit. So you're going to put a hot sauce in a beer. Can you come down with that shit?
Yeah, I'm totally.
I don't know. That was a rant from somewhere. I don't know where that rant came from.
Random different ways.
But it's just like you see stuff on there, and it's like, but it's like so bad. You'll see that at $12.99, but then you'll see like double hazy chocolate something, and it's like $7.99. Okay, that's reasonable. So why was the person over here reasonable in their pricing, but you're fucking off the chart on this one?
It's because it's that free range coastal water they use.
Yes, that Pac-Man yeast.
The Pac-Man yeast that no one fucking wants. Take your Pac-Man yeast and shove it. Earth says Patascalo was nice. Was that one of their recent releases?
Yeah, that was one that was they had also Patascalo. Yeah, I did have that one like last year. That one was okay. That was pretty good. I'll give them some points there.
A red IP, okay. Then we have a few comments from our buddy Chris from over on the 10th. He says hashtag Bud Analysis 101. And then he says next week hashtag Bud Analysis 102, etc.
Chris was working out at the gym. He's all pumped up today. So.
Yeah, baby. Lose that weight. Like I saw. The thing is, like Chris, like I saw myself in those videos at the Albino Round Beer Fest and the bottle share. God, I'm fat, and I'm like, dude, no, but okay, that's cool. That's cool.
You just put the smaller fellas in the room.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, dude. This guy, I'm fat. You, a little overweight. There's a difference there. And then Earth exchanges pleasantries with him. Says, "What up, Chris?" And then on the 10th says, yo, flatness.
Was it a flat Earth? I get it.
And then Earth says, on the air quote edge. Then Eric Gilbert shows up again. And I say shows up. He's been here the entire time. Sorry, Eric. He says, he disappeared for 10 minutes and then he was just like, hey, guys. No, he said, on to Tank 7 from Boulevard, which is a fantastic, I think, representation of the style for an American brewery, a Saison Farmhouse Hills.
Yeah.
One of my favorite American brewed Saisons.
I'm going to talk about one of these Boulevard beers here in a second.
Oh, baby, segue.
And you're going to like it, Joe. You're going to like it a lot.
Oh, baby, I can't come get up. No, Eric Gilbert says he has Deuce, he has Rodenbach and Dutchess Deer Bourgogne. He says something North American would be solid, so I can look out for them. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you come to Flanders-style Reds or Oud Bruins or whatever, most of the stuff we can get in the States, we all can get. Like, we can all get Dutchess and Monk's Cafe and the ones you mentioned. Rodenbach's like Rodenbach Grand Cru is fantastic. But am I boring you, Eric?
What is that?
No, man. No.
We boring you?
No.
Eric, you okay? You need to get out a blanket and maybe a pillow and just take a nap.
Maybe just go like that.
So
start shooting from the bed.
So yeah, we can all get a lot of those, and so I don't say it's pointless, but it's like we can all get like a half dozen of them. We've all tried them. Like a review on them seems kind of just overkill. So I would like to see more North America breweries just stop being like, here's our sour, and like try to produce a good representation of a Flanders Red or Oud brew. We'll see. I don't know if that's possible. Brandon Garrett says Sierra Nevada was the first big mainstream craft brewery. They didn't change jack shit. The smaller brewers stepped up their game and leapfrogged them. I mean, I agree to a point. Like they have been very steadfast in what they've brewed. I mean, Pale Ale's still up there and their seasonal stuff, but they are innovative. I would say innovative. They try to keep up. Here's the problem. They're trying to keep up on a grand scale. Like you take Hazy Little Things or whatever. That was probably the worst of the big three, them, New Belgium, and Boston Beer Company when it came to New England style IPA. Like the difference in quality between that and New Belgium and Boston Beer Company was actually striking, I thought.
Yeah. Well, talk Sierra Nevada, right? You talked the last 2 years, the Beer Camp series.
Oh, always.
Not really much to write home about from these collaborations, whether it was beers across Europe or beers across America. Some were okay, some weren't as great. I mean, it's, they were trying to get it out there. I thought for what they brought out, yeah, they had the collaboration, but I thought it was overpriced for what they were selling it for. Like it was like $28, $29 for a 12-pack for what you got inside of it. So, again, I guess up to a point like throwing darts a little bit out there.
Yeah, I think I'd actually, Brandon, I take it back. I probably agree with you a little bit more than I initially did, because now thinking about it, more often than not, Sierra Nevada has disappointed me in the last couple of years. And the Beer Camp series, what Rod mentioned, is a perfect example of that. I bought the last two they did, and each time I'm drinking each one, I'm like, dude, the concept of this is fantastic. If you take 12 different breweries, but the execution is fucking as poor as can be, from just quality of the beer to like, I remember the first year they did it. They did the fuck was the name of the beer? They did a collaboration with Three Floyds, and they did a take on Alpha King, and it was called whatever King, Chico King, I think it was called. And the beer showed up 3 months old. Fresh.
Yeah, I was going to say, too, unless you were there where they had the right distribution at that right point, you were getting dated around the country.
Big time. And it was it was an abomination. And it was Sierra Nevada, and you'd think, okay, good price point. This shit was like $27, $28 a 12-pack. I don't know where you are, but that's a rip for a Sierra Nevada.
I didn't even buy it for that price.
Oh, it's fucking stupid.
That's what we were supposed to charge people in Canada, not in America.
Yeah, and that's Canadian dollars, too. Craig says Stone sounds like Brewdog with the standard slipping. You know what? That's a great
comparison too.
That's great. That's a great analogy.
Is it the standard that's slipping, or is it everyone starting to catch up and make better beers than Stone?
Good point. Combination of both, I'd say. I'd say it's Stone.
Double sign off right there.
Yeah, baby, I'm going sideways. We're crossing the dreams. No, that's a good point, Eric. I think it's a combination of both. It's Stone not staying ahead of the game like they have for so many years, but other teams. Baby, this is Eric Landa fan, baby. We're talking about the Detroit Tigers, the Lions, or something. We're not. No, but it's like it's them not keeping up to the standards of whatever they're supposed to, but other breweries catching up and surpassing them. And it's unfortunate because, again, Stone made great beer for a long time. They were innovative in their day, and now they're barely hanging on, it seems. I mean, I'm sure they're doing
cruise control.
Yeah, it's kind of just like,
yeah. I mean, it's always tough when you're like one of the leaders out there.
Yep, and you can't say they don't try from like an aspect of releasing beers. They're not resting on their laurels and just saying, oh, whatever, we have our year round and a couple seasonals and rotating offerings. Fucking Stone, like every single month, there's like 1 or 2 new beers from Stone every month. More often than not, they are very disappointing and lacking and underwhelming. Just the facts. I get, and that's just not me. That's the general consensus. You see this all across not only Beer Tube, but Untapped, Beer Advocate, whatever. You see people like, what the like, I get what they're trying to go for here, but they failed. Like that's, we have Brandon Garrett comes back, says Stone seems to be stagnant now. They're releasing, quote, new beers, but honestly, they taste the same. Yeah, I said it. LOL. There you go, Eric. They taste the same. They
Put
do
the
a lot.
dagger in.
Yeah, I agree. 21090 Brewing shows up, says, "Hey guys, cheers everyone, cheers." If you're still watching, which of the three are you guys? They like the rant. Like there's three of them, and they fucking do live shows and do a lot of homebrewing stuff. And I never know who's posting when they say that. Like, is it all of them? They all around the computer going, yeah, or there's just like one of them. Yeah, so show yourselves. No, Earth says Rogue's Sriracha Stout was the only beer I got a Rod J deal on. $2.99 for a 750 milliliter. Motherfuckers.
$2.99 for a 750.
I would still not pay that, and if I did, I'd drink more.
That's a better one than I think I did get a deal like a $4.99 for that to try it. So
of course Rod did. Of course he fucking did. Like even though he played the body, still did.
Lower better.
I got those Rod J deals, baby.
Oh, Eric, we just had a deal here you would have loved. They had the Natty Rush $1 a can at Jungle Gyms up there.
Oh,
$1 a can.
They were just trying to get rid of it. They put all in the cart. They're like, take what you want, people.
Hey, I can get Ice House for 99 cents a 25 ounce there, baby.
We have devolved.
I'll sell it at 12%.
All right, whoever brought up Natty Rush, Rod, this has devolved into the worst fucking hangout in the history of hangouts. Okay?
They put it on there, and people were like, for $1 a can, you might try it,
For fuck's sakes, man.
They were selling 4-packs of Antwerpen Stout for like $2.99.
That's not bad. I mean, for that, that's pretty good. Earth says they're running a promotion of sorts. Couldn't tell you what it was. It was Earth comes in and buys all the Sriracha Stout for $2.99 a bottle is what the promotion was.
Exactly. How many bottles did you get?
Need a bigger cart.
Earth's like, excuse me, how many carts do you have? Could you just get a pallet for me and just put it in my car? Eric Gilbert says, I want to see Eric live when he does try a Flanders for the first time. Oh shit, challenge.
All right.
Eric to Eric challenge. So he wants to see you do a Flanders Red or a Flanders Oud Bruin, and he wants to see you do it live.
I'll do it. If I find it, I'll do it.
You just got to go to a place that has a Belgian section and has Duchess de Bourgogne, a Rodenbach Grand Cru, and just.
I can get Rodenbach at the place I get my beer at.
Well, there you go. Maybe the challenge has been set forth.
The challenge is coming.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Chris says, I like Joe's FIFA soccer shirt. Is that because we got the 2026 World Cup, baby? Even though this is football. Yeah, no, I don't know what's happening. I don't know why you would. You were going to be seeing a lot of this because I shot 4 videos today in the same fucking getup. So you'd be back to back.
Wait a minute, are you trying to coordinate like another beer tuber with your hat and shirt?
No, it just so happens. Also, Rod was saying in the nice possible way, but fuck you, man. Okay, fuck you, man.
You saw that Boomerang. It's all about coordination. You got to.
Yeah. No, I gotta take off my hat and rub the hair that I don't have when I get really into the aroma.
Well, that Boomerang clip now. Gotta coordinate.
You should find that.
That might be our outro in the video.
Yeah. No Dusty Road today. It's gonna be that clip. 21090 Brewing says it's Todd, the pale bald one. LOL. Yeah, it's usually Todd. Andy is the one who likes the Winnipeg Jets and hockey, so I like Andy. It's good dude. Not saying I don't like you, Todd. I'm just saying I like hockey. I like hockey. Then Chris laughs at that, and then Spez Prez says, "Gentlemen, join me in the cult of cider. The apple was the original sin, and I'm holding to that tradition."
What cider are you drinking?
Yeah, what cider are you drinking, and how many have you had so far, Spez Prez?
Have you guys had any meads, by the way?
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think of them?
It depends.
You know what? I actually have one in the cellar I haven't drank yet. I haven't had a mead yet.
Yeah.
That's the one area I'm kind of weak on.
I got a mead that's been aged in Dragon's Milk bourbon barrels.
Yeah, well, you need to fucking drink that and review that. Otherwise, I'm going to come and steal it from you because that sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome, but it's in my fridge. We're getting there.
I love meads, but the poorly brewed ones, or whatever you want to say, fermented ones, they are not great. They are not good. But I've been spoiled from your neck of the woods, Eric. I told you, I mentioned it before. The Shrams in the same place in Ferndale. dude, fuck all the rest of them. That's my favorite. But the problem is, $3.75 for $20 is like the cheapest they go for. It's expensive. What's up, Todd?
What's happening?
What's going on, Todd?
What's up?
You drunk
Fucking
already?
computer. I hate technology.
You don't
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Again there for a little bit. Ho, 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 ho. It's Todd. Ho, ho, ho.
Why's it got to be that way, Rod? Why's it got to be that way? What did I ever do to you?
I said, you've been already drinking. What are you drinking now?
Just for that, I'm going to drink one of your beers.
Hey,
Good,
I was going to tell
I'm
you,
going to.
actually, I'm glad you got on. There's actually a beer fest taking place this week in Indiana this weekend. Oh, you're drinking a torrential. I'll get that in a second. It's going to be at
oh, baby.
lost my train of track.
I got that too,
I don't know
baby.
if it's Three Floyds or
Sorry.
something. No, it's not Three Floyds. It's Upland. They're doing like a thing Saturday night. I don't know how far Upland is from me, but they're doing like a beer thing and whole big event. I can email you the information if you want to check it out.
They're in Indianapolis. It's about an hour and 35 minutes. I was just there last weekend. Not at Upland, but in Indianapolis.
We get too early.
I know.
But how's
Maybe
that
the wrong week.
I haven't drank that yet. How was that?
Smells fantastic.
Are you sending us beers that you've never had before, Rod? You
Oh yeah, baby.
You mother effer.
Got the nice, label and everything.
I'm gonna throw that cat out.
Well, Platform, Platform is the one that's one of the hot new breweries, according to whatever list we did a few weeks ago.
I've been to Platform.
Yeah,
I've been to the brewery.
You've been to Platform?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about them, but I've never had them.
A couple of years ago when they first started up.
It looks nice. Hold it up to the camera. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Baby, that looks so juicy.
Like the New England style.
Yeah. Let's get that first taste in there, baby.
They're using strawberry puree in that too. They call it a milkshake IPA.
Oh yeah, they do.
Hope that box didn't come damaged that I sent to you, Todd.
He kicked it a few times.
No, it was perfect. And here's so you guys coming your old way.
Did you say you picked up 3 different ones from 450 North? Todd, did we hear that correctly?
There's number 2.
What's number 3? What's number 3?
Oh, baby.
I feel like I can check it off my bucket list now.
I feel like my channel
is that one.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it? Hold on, leave that up there, Todd. Leave that up there. Juice in Time. Oh, Juiced in Time. Upland Brewing?
Upland Brewing out of Bloomington, Indiana.
Nice.
IPA, so. And I might throw in just another extra one.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what's that? What's that? I didn't see it. What happened?
It's the mystery beer.
It depends on how much shit Rod gives me for the rest of the night. Depends on the extra beer.
The rest of the the host of the show.
I feel like
I don't care. I don't care.
I feel like I need to apologize for my channel in advance for everybody because apparently the next month straight's going to be nothing but New England style IPAs because of these people here. Eric's just like, I want all the Old Nation beer. Yes. Oh shit, they're all New England style fucking beers. Now you with the Nuggets, I'm so excited, but my viewers are gonna be so disappointed. So
I can hold them back for you, Joe.
No, fucking you will not do that. You will not do that. I don't care what my viewers say. It's all the fucking New England style.
So what's it taste like?
This is freaking awesome.
Good.
Yeah, I'm digging that one a lot. El Dorado, Citra, and yeah, it's got big kind of orangey, citrusy flavor for sure. But it's definitely like.
How about the strawberry? Strawberry coming out at all?
I smell it on the nose, but I don't really yet get it in the flavor. Not yet. Maybe as it warms up a little bit, I might get it a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Now Todd got the variant of the package because Todd gets mile wide there.
Yeah.
So he got the nowhere in particular, which will be interesting.
Nice. Instead, you sent us
I do taste a little bit of.
Is that what it is? Here's Leroy. Have at it. What the fuck? I want the nowhere in particular too. Nah, you're special. Wild, so you're special.
Well, the thing with Nowhere in particular is you can't find their shit all the time. Like I can get them in Louisville from time to time, but I've never seen the two that you sent me, Rod. So
well, I do. I know.
Baby, he does.
Do what you do.
I dig deep, son.
But I do get some of the strawberry out of this now. That's a really good beer. I like it.
Cool. I'm glad you like it. So yeah, I haven't had the Rheingeist I sent to you guys or any of these. I haven't had any of the ones I sent to you. So those are all.
They're the one that did the press tart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that because I'm between us four probably the guy who likes kettle sours the most, like Berliner Weisses and Gozes, and baby, that sounds so good with the Mary baby and the blueberry. Oh my god!
I tried to, but by the time I did it, I was trying to find Urban Artifact, but the place I was at didn't have any Urban Artifact in, so they're like the king of sours here.
You know what, Rod? Though I do appreciate you had a couple just like regular, like normal styles in there, which I appreciated the beer mail from the fact that like. I needed that, like, to break up the monotony of like, So it was like American brown ale, fucking milk stout. I'm like, yes, I was like, okay, I haven't had these in a while. Let's do it.
I was trying to get you guys a Berliner Weiss also. They have a Slurpee series as well, but they were sold out.
I know, dude. That was the one I wanted the most. Now I'm upset. No, I mean,
it was like a triple berry. It looked like I went to the brewery and they had it on tap. Although I didn't stay long enough to get it on tap, which I should have, but I didn't. And it looked like a freaking, I don't know, it was like juice times 4,000. It was really thick. I mean, it looked like puree. It looked like straight puree.
I saw the picture you showed. That's why I was like excited. I'm like, oh god damn
that. Yeah. So, unfortunately, they were sold out of that one. So
I have a beer review coming out tomorrow. You guys might want to watch from the perspective of. It's from Bellwoods in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They don't get much distribution, but I think they signed with Shelton Brothers Distribution. And I don't know if they're going to be outside of New York State, but if they do, clearly if you get Shelton Brothers in your area, so they do Prairie and all that stuff, you will find it. And the beer that I have is a raspberry peach dry hop sour, and it's fucking divine. Yeah. It is so good. Like, I just don't even want to talk about the review. I'm just like, But if you guys end up seeing it, it'd be cool because Bellwoods is like one of my favorite breweries in Toronto. So keep your eye out for that.
Well, one thing,
the strawberries coming through on this one now. It's awesome.
Nice.
I like it. That's good.
Well,
hopefully Rod sent that one out to you guys too.
Yeah, they got the torrential downpour.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah. The one thing I was make sure, like, the people that are watching, if you want to see the beers these guys got, make sure you check out Eric Alliance Fan. He did an unboxing video, and then make sure you check out Joe, who did 2 unboxing videos.
I deleted both of them just like 3 minutes ago. On with it. No, yeah, it's Saturday and Sunday. Mine will be going out for both of you guys. So
yeah, mine will probably go out Monday for you all. I was going to send it out today, but I was like, I didn't want to take a chance over the weekend. So I thought
I'm only a days away, so I would have been all right.
Yeah, you and Eric probably would have been fine.
Rod's package came in 2 days.
That's enough about Rod's package. Now I want to clarify. That Todd is talking about actual beer mails and not videos because he doesn't have a channel. Just want to clarify that. Just want to clarify.
We were all there at some point, right?
And Joe, yours will go out next Thursday just for that.
You son of a bitch. All right, let's read some more comments here because I'm getting behind a bit. Chris from On the 10 says, I'll wear a poncho for my next My Own Opinion video. I know what he's referencing. Pretty fucking hilarious. 21090 Brewing says, yep, Andy has a weird fascination with the Winnipeg Jets and the old Montreal Expos, LOL. Is he Canadian? Was he Canadian? Is he Canadian? I assume he is.
They used to have the Hawk winner team back in the day.
What's that?
The Hawk.
Andre Dawson. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Earth says Smoo Moo. Earth, are you buzzed right now? There.
Smoo Moo is platform, I think.
I think you started off. He was doing hashtag Smoo for My Own Opinion from Chris. He's trying to be a funny guy.
I thought I saw they had something like Moo or something. So yeah.
Spez Prez says 3 Oaks is my favorite cider. We have a mango beer in Australia, which is from a company called Matzo's, which is best on tap I've ever had.
Nice.
Yeah. Earth channels his inner Dusty Rhodes and or Greg's beer review by saying, yeah, What does he say? Yeah, baby, Upland. You thought about that Upland, baby, because Upland gets distribution, I think, out by him, and I get some Upland stuff here.
You get
So
Upland here too. You get Upland, Eric?
I think I've seen Upland here. Yes.
I think I
Have you guys
over here.
Todd,
you
you get
guys seen-
Upland?
have
Yeah,
y'all seen that one yet? Then
I get Upland. I didn't get the one you were talking about, but I get
No.
Upland.
I only
Yeah,
see the
that's-
sours. That's all I see.
that's
the
like a
sours.
special like side trail series or something they came out with.
Nice.
The last one I had for Upland was like their Velvet or whatever, their Pilsner.
They make a Pilsner?
Upland Brewing, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Okay. I just know them for their sours. And that's all that shows up in my area. Eric Gilbert says, I'm going to Brickyard in Toronto for cider next month. Sweet. Craig says, hey, Todd.
Hey, what's up, Craig?
Spaz Press says, we only have horse and cart yards in Underland.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take his word for it. Basement Beer says, hey there, beer tubers.
Hello there.
Thank you, Jamie.
How you doing?
Earth then cheers every single person. Says cheers to Todd, cheers to Basement Beer, cheers to everyone else I don't know. It's fucking cheers.
Cheers, Earth.
Yeah. On the 10 says yo James.
A lot of pleasantries going on right now.
And then Craig
Much
says,
love.
Craig says of to bed instead of off to bed, but I know what he meant. He says great show, cheers all.
Cheers,
All
Craig.
right, Craig, take it easy,
Cheers,
man.
Craig.
Appreciate you hanging in there over the UK.
Yeah, if he watches this back, I hate you, Craig. I love you. So Eric Gilbert then says Bellwoods. Never heard of them. Don't be trolling, Eric. We know you've heard of them. And then Chris says bye to Craig, or says later to Craig. And then Ryan from Beer by the Number shows up and says, my favorite Thursday night crew. What's up? What's up, Ryan? Ryan, I do want to address you personally because you left a comment on my video earlier today. And it wasn't nice. Now, he just mentioned, he was like, you said this beer looked bright in the glass, but it looked dull on camera. I actually said that right after I said it looked bright and vibrant. I'm like, oh, it looks kind of dull on camera. So, yeah, it looked kind of dull on camera.
Ryan, yeah, Ryan's a technician, so yeah, he catches those.
Yeah.
Things.
Baby Brian comes out with the greatest video known to mankind, baby. He's so informative, baby. So educational.
A little bit of a
Yeah. Chris says hi to Ryan, and then Beer by the Numbers, aka Ryan. I don't know why I just read out his name, but then he says on the 10th, hi there. Yeah, fist bumping. So everybody is having a good time. We've caught up with comments. Everything's fantastic.
I'm really curious for you guys to try this beer. I'm interested to see what y'all think about it.
What the platform one?
Yeah.
I'll make sure to wait 3 months to drink it.
Man, this beer sucks.
See how it
Should
is.
probably age it for about a year to 7 years, maybe.
I'll revisit on it from here and then later.
I'll pour half of it in the glass, review it, then let it sit in the glass on the just like by the sink for like 3 months and then re-review it later. We'll see.
It has been sitting in a glass for about 3 months, and
Let's see what happens.
I'm going to pour it
All right,
to half and then start the review.
Yeah.
I got a serious question for you guys.
But at like,
Todd's like, shut up, guys.
I got a question for you.
question for
Do
the
you want me to mark the date on the bottom of your all's cans? Because the way 450 does it is just kind of like a sticker tag on their 4-pack where they tell you when it was bottled or canned.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's
Do you want me to
probably
mark it? Do you
I
want
don't
me to
want-
mark it on the bottom of your can
Probably
for you?
could, but I may drink all three the night they get here.
If you would, I mean, Rod's totally gonna do that. There's no doubt about it. Like he's not
I've been
even.
looking for this for how long now?
Well, this one was canned on 6/7, so
Yeah. Well, that's not gonna help
I mean,
us.
you know,
I'm not coming back to this video ever again.
like 10 days later. So sorry.
My,
No,
birth-
if-
my birthday is usually in March, but it's going to be changed to June when I get these cans.
If there, yeah, if you want to, Todd, that'd be really appreciated for me personally because it would help me. But if not, we can figure it out. It's not a big deal. We just know that you got them fresh because you just picked them up, so it's not. A
Yeah, no, I mean, I can Sharpie the bottom of them. That's no problem.
Yeah,
Because, like I said, they just do the sticker on a 4-pack, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you want to do, man. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, I just want to know, just in case you guys wanted to, so you wouldn't have to drain court in a couple months or whatever.
Oh, I mean, if it's over 2 weeks old, I'm throwing it through the fucking window. I'm not drinking it. Maybe like a raccoon outside. Maybe a skunk wants to drink it. I don't know. I'm not drinking it. No, it's I did. But Rod, you did send us one beer that was a bit old, man.
Which one?
Oh, baby, was it the barista beer, baby, with canned on 2-3?
Yeah, I saw one that was in February.
Fucking come on, man.
What's the barista?
It's a coffee rye pale.
Oh, you're fucking good.
No, I'm waiting.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
For buy one get one free.
I put it in my cellar. I'm gonna drink it in 2020, so we're good to go. No big deal. No, it's funny because I looked. I was like, "Oh shit, this is February, baby." I'm like, "Rod, what are you doing?" I put it back.
You got those buy one get 3 free, so it was all good.
I'm usually going through the dates there, so I didn't even see that one.
The best part is you got the price on them, and I showed the price to everybody. Like, baby, the price is $2.85.
Yeah, but it was buy one get 3 free though, so it was all good.
Yeah.
It was $2.85 for all 5 beers.
Wasn't as good as the glasses deal I got.
No.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty
glass.
Yeah, I don't care what the fucking glass look like for $1. I just all of them.
I'm
right.
At Goodwill. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Fantastic.
That was a great deal. So we're caught up on the comments.
Yeah. We're pretty good. It's still 10 people watching, but no one's
we would never expect anything but a great deal from Rod. So
Rod's like, I gotta pay full price for this. I'm like, you just stop lying.
Yeah. What?
Stop lying.
I'll just wait till the time say
those. You just got I'll throw in 6 of them.
It's so funny because the sign was like $2 a glass or whatever, but if you buy 5, you got them for $1, 5 for 5 or whatever. But she's like, if you want more than that, you get as much as you want. I was charging $1 for all of them.
She just backed up your fucking car and was like,
this Ryan guy's one back here is more than that, but I'll knock it down to $1 if you like that. Yeah, fucking throw it in the box.
Yeah, how many boxes? I'll take one of each.
In the box.
Nice.
It happens.
That was funny when we say what's in the box. I don't know if you guys are subscribed to No Hype Beer Reviews, Kyle. He did a beer today from Evil Genius that says Gwyneth Paltrow's head was in the box. Yeah, that was the name of the beer. It's fantastic. The other name of the
beer was a good little ad in there right on your unboxing video. It's in the box.
What's another beer he did from Evil Genius was called "You're Killing Me, Smalls." I was like, dude, this is like this is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Such a good brewery in terms of naming. I don't know the beer seemed pretty solid, but
I was gonna say that could be the worst beer ever, but that was the greatest name ever. So it has to be good, right?
Yeah, it has. Well, I mean, it automatically gets like a 4 out of 5 and can only go up from there based on the name. Like, it doesn't matter.
It's all about style points, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's like naming the beer. It's like it makes you excited to drink it. Like when a label's cool or the name's cool, and like regardless of what's in there, it's just like it's a fucking cool label. Like the beer could be trash, but I still want to save that can. So
yeah.
Jamie from Basement Mirror says Rod should make a quote "throw it in the box" t-shirt. Brandon says good night to all of us. Good night, Brandon. Have a good one.
All right, good night, buddy.
Appreciate the comment.
I wonder if I could play off the Saturday Night Live and say it's my beer in the box.
You should have a shirt that says you actually paid full price for a beer. Question mark.
You paid what for that?
Yeah. Sucker.
So you don't know who I am.
Yeah, you know who I am.
I'm a top 50 wine tuber. What are you talking about?
I mean, we say that, but Rod's like a top 40 wine tuber. That's the thing. Not even top 50. He's top 40.
Yeah, he's a top 40. Yeah,
it's like top 32 or whatever.
Top 31. I think last time I looked.
I mean, he's on the outside of looking in from the top 30, but
let me see if Hillbilly caught me yet.
Yeah, probably not. Just saying. I mean, you review all the wine. Never, but you're doing things.
It must be them barley wine videos.
That's right.
That's what it is. All the barley wine fucking thing.
It's like I don't want to say your system's flawed or anything, but I don't really talk about wine.
For fuck's sake.
That's awesome.
I'll take the publicity though.
Hey Rod, why didn't you send one of those Citra Highs our way? What happened there?
They're all. I only got one left now. I think. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I mean, I got them at a certain time. I just got. I didn't get them in time.
Likely.
Hey, Rod,
that's the story.
Next time when Galaxy High comes out, you should send those guys, or I'll even try to send some to them.
The Galaxy High.
Galaxy High, yeah.
Like January or February. When did they come out? It came out.
It's like March or something, isn't it?
March. Yeah, because Tanya just got them out in L.A. or
Yeah.
San Francisco. She got it through Tavor.
That beer
When
was
she got it,
fantastic.
it was about 2 months old by the time she got it.
I have a couple friends that use Tavor and they really like it and they've got some really cool beers. So I feel like I mean, I'm signed up with them, but I get the emails, but I never really look at them all that well. Probably should.
Yeah, she we can't get them in Kentucky. We can get them in Ohio, but still in Tavor. But yeah, I'm still holding number 31 right now.
Beast.
So I don't think this list is actually good. It says your latest videos, and it's like blank. But
You know, if you actually posted a wine video, you'd probably go in the top 10.
probably.
Wait, are you saying? Wait. Hang on, Rod. Are you clear? No, go ahead.
Hillbilly's 35.
Okay, because I just want to clarify something. You said, "Hang on, guys. This list doesn't seem to be that good. It's not updated." Now, are you saying this from a guy who's never reviewed a wine on his channel, yet somehow is like top 50 wine tubers?
It actually is updated. It says view latest videos, and nobody has anything next to that area. But it does show the other videos more recently. So
I feel like you should send them a message and correct the mistake of
actually,
you being
Ryan
on
was
the
on this list for a while. Beer by Numbers was on here when I first got on it.
Ryan, how the fuck are you on this list too? You don't even do reviews. How the fuck are you a
He's
wine
on there
tuber?
now, but at one point he was on there, and guess who else was on there? Boomtop was on here.
Who was?
No, that was it. Boomtop. Who's the one? Backwoods.
Oh, Backwoods Billy?
No, not Backwoods Billy. Who's the other Billy down in Texas?
Yeah, I don't.
Papa Top.
Oh, isn't he Tennessee?
Tennessee?
Junior, Bruce.
Yeah, Junior was on here on his first channel for a bit.
Yo,
Both of those two got removed. I'm still hanging in. I don't know how, but
is this a bot of some sort? I don't understand what's happening.
I don't know. I mean,
Jeez.
everybody else has wine in their name. I don't have wine in my name, but
you don't have wine on your channel, believe it or not. So
The underlying soliciting that you do.
Eric Gilbert says he's getting into whiskey now, as like right now, or you mean like you're starting to get into it in general?
Started getting a little taste for the whiskey.
Baby, he pounding out the whiskey right now like his name Donna, baby. Chris says from on the 10th, wine analysis 101 coming soon. Who's in? Well, clearly Rod, because he's a fucking top 31 wine tuber.
Yeah, but I don't even got to dress up to do my wine thing or anything.
And then Earth says all of us. So he's confirmation that we're all in for the wine analysis. That doesn't exist.
That's right.
It never will.
All right, I need to go get another beer, so you guys hold it down here for us.
All right, man.
This is a poor idea, but we'll try our best.
Try not to get me ejected. Trying to put any freaking thing on, I can get my.
Let's not throw him down the wine list.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever happens when you walk away, that's on you.
It's like whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's
Don't
kind
put
of.
any curling on or FIFA that I get banned.
We're just gonna put on the U.S. Open, right? The U.S. Open should be fine. No big deal.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, let's not go to curling.
No, let's never go.
You
to
get a
curling.
copyright strike again.
Eric Gilbert says right now he's been into the whiskey for some time. Same with beers. Nice. And then Chris says, keep your shirts on. No problem, Chris. We'll handle
Nobody
this.
wants to see this,
No.
believe me, not even
They
me.
do not. Give me 6 months, you still don't want to see it. But just,
Yeah.
That's the after-hour show after midnight.
Yeah.
what is it? Showtime circa 1996? Skinamax?
Skinamax.
Yeah. Fucking
Cinemax After Dark.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to be in New York State next week.
Where?
Hudson.
Oh, go to the Hudson Brewing Company. Hudson
Yeah, if I
Valley.
get a chance, get a chance to, I will.
Not if. You get a fucking chance, and you go there and you drink all the sour IPAs because apparently they're amazing.
Really? Okay. Well, if we're staying somewhere close, I will.
Where
Where
are you going exactly?
To one of our customers. I gotta go see. I'm traveling with our vice president. So, to Hudson.
Just Hudson, New York.
Yeah. Well, not for the whole time. I don't know what day. I think we're going there Tuesday, but we're going like New York, Boston.
Oh, really?
New England area. So,
Jesus, baby, you better go get yourself some Trillium and Treehouse, baby. You better.
I know. If I get a chance, trust me, I will.
If you do, then I'm not sending you any. I'm gonna send it to everyone else. You don't.
Well, I will let you know though for sure.
No, let me know. Well, no, because if I get, it'll be enough for everybody. So I don't know, but like.
Not sending?
No, apparently fucking Todd is going on a beer excursion that's really not. It's for work, but he's going to turn it into one. He's going to like the Hudson Valley and he's going to New England and like he's having a good time.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be Monday through Thursday, so we'll see what happens. If I can get some shit, I'm going to go UPS store it and I'm going to send some root beer back to myself.
Some root beer, yes. That's what I'm talking about.
When are you going?
A Monday.
Oh, this coming Monday.
Yeah. So Thursday next week, it might be up in the air. I think we're not supposed to get back till about 8 o'clock or so on Thursday. So, not sure if I'll make it in time or not, but we'll see.
If so, you'll have a lot of beer at some point, maybe the following week.
That's what I'm hoping, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Are you driving?
No, we're fine.
I was going to say, you can get up there and ship it back. Okay, I was going to say.
Baby, he's shipping all that root beer back, baby. All the root beer.
So how far is that from where you're at, Joe?
Oh, that's a fucking 5 hours.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude. That's.
Well, I know it's like 2 hours north of the city, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, so it's exactly 5 hours actually from here to Hudson, New York. That's the one misconception a lot of people have about where I live. So New York State's huge. I'm on the most western part of New York State. To go from here to New York City is about 7 hours.
Oh, okay.
When you're around New York, like Cleveland is half the amount of time to get to that New York City is. Pittsburgh's like half the amount of time to get to that New York City is. Like I can go to Detroit through Canada. I can get to Chicago quicker than I can get to New York City going through Canada. Shit. It's insane. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. When people are like, "Oh, I'm in New York. What you want to do?" I'm like, "You 5 hours away, probably nothing." Like that's probably we're not going to do anything. It's unfortunate. I wish I lived closer because they had a lot of beer over there, baby. Plus, I mean, living close to New York City would be nice to check it out and stuff.
I don't know what my schedule is, but I'm definitely gonna try to hit some breweries and some bottle shops and see if I can send some shit back home if I can.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine there's probably some good bottle shops in and around the Hudson area. I'm looking right now. If you're going to to Hudson, New York, the Hudson Valley Brewery is like an hour away, so you're probably not going to do any detours that crazy. But I'm sure you could find some bottle shops and stuff to, keep you interested.
Yeah, I'm not sure what our itinerary is. I'm actually traveling with our vice president, so I don't know how much extra time I'll get to do anything, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll do my best.
You'd be like, look, this is my hobby. Fuck you, man. We're doing this.
Right. Customers are customers. I need to go drink some beer. Let's go.
Yeah. Are you going to Boston? Are you actually going to Boston?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Well, because I mean, like as far as like Trillium goes, there's one downtown, but then there's one in Canton, Massachusetts as well. Their other brewery. And there's a pretty good fucking bottle shop in Massachusetts. I think it's like a chain of places called Craft Beer Cellar that apparently has awesome stuff. So at the very least, if you get the chance to hit that place, you might enjoy it.
As I go to city and figure out where we're staying overnight each night, I might message you and say, "Hey,
take an Uber to there and back."
Yeah, throw a message.
Well, I mean, if it's close enough, I definitely will. If it's if I can, I'll definitely hit every place I can.
It'll be interesting. I'll be interested to see what you end up hitting up and getting and what kind of time you have. Because if you get a good amount of time to do different things, I think you'll have a fucking blast.
Yeah. Well, I've been to Hudson before. One of my big customers with my former company is actually who we're actually going to go see. I think on Tuesday. I think we're scheduled to go to Hudson. from that time forward, I'm not sure where, from Monday to Thursday, I'm not really sure what our actual plan is. So I'm just along for the ride. So who knows?
Not you, not us, not anybody. We got a couple comments here. We have Earth responding to Chris about keeping your shirts on. When Rod says, Greg's not here, we're good. Correct.
Breaking his shirt off.
Chris responds with a nice thumbs up and says Joe is 20 minutes from him. Basically, well, maybe a half an hour, Chris. Let's not get crazy. About half an hour, buddy. Just settle down. Then Eric Gilbert says New York State is like 10 miles wide, slightly larger than Ontario. Yep, I can give people high fives in New York City. It's fantastic. Swami from Malton, Montreal says, "Sup, everyone. Rod, I hit my 1,000 sub tonight, brother.
Congrats, Malton. Congrats, Swami.
Congratulations." And then Rod hit his 500th. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah, congrats on that, Rod, too. If you talked about it earlier, good job.
Shit is popping off, so to speak.
Popping off or jumping off?
It's popping off. It's jumping off. It's all the same.
Popping, jumping, same thing.
And Joe, I don't know if you saw what Rod did there. You asked him about the Citra High, and look what he's drinking.
Yeah, I know. That's
well, yeah, but I mean, I had a few here.
That's cool. That's cool, Rod.
Right?
You're not happy with the stuff I got. Trust me, you're gonna like the stuff I got you.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not gonna. I'm just saying that the Citra High looks pretty inviting.
It builds up a demand for later. Don't worry.
No, I'm sure I'll enjoy the American brown ale I got instead.
2 strikes with Joe. One, he was upset he didn't get the blueberry beer. Now he's upset he didn't get the Citra High.
Wait, what's the blueberry beer?
The Raiders one, Braxton. Was it blueberry?
Oh, yeah. No, it was the blackberry. Wasn't the blackberry ice cream one?
Yeah, they did a blueberry one too earlier.
Oh, shit. You can't be telling me these things. No, I appreciate it all. I just got to give you shit. I didn't even know they did the Citra High. I know you did the Galaxy High with Tanya, and that was one of your favorites. So I didn't even know that was out.
Yeah, Citra High.
Don't feel bad, Joe. I've never had the Citra High. I don't think.
There could have been one way to rectify that by throwing it in our fucking beer mails, maybe.
You can't get everything at one time. It's overload.
That's true. That's true. I honestly,
how many IPAs can you take? I mean, you just said that, right?
That's why I'm just joking around because, like, as much as I appreciate Eric sending us all the Old Nation stuff, there's a lot of style that is being consumed. Not that, like I said, not that I'm a complainer. I love the fucking style, but at some point, it's like.
I was planning to go on a stout run on my stuff, and it's like more IPAs in it first now. So I was like, hold on, boys, we'll get to you. At least
it's the appropriate time of year. Like, if I'm gonna drink these beers, I'm glad it's like 85 degrees, 90 degrees outside, because like I want to be like, it's tough. I'm not one of the people that are like, oh, stouts are for cold months, blah blah blah. I'll drink whatever whenever. But when it is like 85 or 90 out, drinking like a 12% stout is sometimes like, maybe not. Maybe I want that 4% Berliner Weiss, or maybe I want that 6% IPA. Just.
Well, it's a man's beer. Not everybody can handle it all year round.
Oh, my God. Jesus. And he didn't send us the Citra High, this mother effer. We have more comments. We have Eric cheersing Swami. Swami saying, congrats, Rod.
Thank you, sir. Congrats to you.
Earth then says cheers to Swami. In response, Swami then cheers Eric, and then he says thanks to Earth. And then on the 10th, Chris says, would be funny if Rod's 500th sub was a wine drinker. It would be.
That would be great.
And then Earth says it would be awesome if YouTube presented you with a detailed report on each sub. Just saying.
Yeah.
And we are caught up with comments.
So we were talking earlier about the craft beer. I guess we finished that. We already know what the definition of craft beer, if you're following the Brewer Association definition, would be. So no need to rehash that out. But how would you think it should be defined? Or do you know, like, well, we were pretty much all said, like, at this point, you're just drinking a beer if it's good beer. But do you want a definition for it, or just don't care about it anymore? And it's kind of like, move on, let's get past this point.
Are you asking all of us, or is this for Todd?
Well, was there anybody, for you guys, people in the comment? I mean, are you just done with the whole craft beer type thing and just say, hey, it's too much being done on it right now, we should just move past it and just beer is beer?
I already said my piece. Like, I don't care. Like I'm
Yeah,
just,
that's what I was saying.
done. Yeah, I don't really care too much about it.
Yeah, I think at a certain point it's kind of nitpicking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beer. In the end, it's beer. I mean, like I said before, like Founders kind of gets knocked down because it's 30% owned by somebody else now, but they're still doing craft stuff. They're not using artificial flavoring or corn or whatever your macros are using. I think if you stay maybe it's not true 100%, but if they're staying
solid
true,
gold lager, they use corn.
The funny
well,
thing
that might be bad. That might be bad for
Well, the funny thing about the brewer's definition in part 3, it talks about using traditional ingredients or innovative ingredients. So if it's not traditional, wouldn't it have to be innovative because they're doing something different? There's no need for that part to even be part of the definition.
Right.
You're just killing yourself with that. So then it becomes a 30% or more ownership. And the funny thing about the ownership is 30% or more ownership by a non-craft brewery. So if a craft brewery buys someone, they're still considered craft beer.
Wait, go back. So what are you talking about, the traditional versus the innovative? What is part of the definition exactly?
It's like you have to, the whole definition is like 3 parts, right? So you can't have more than 6 million barrels and have more than 30% ownership by a non-craft brewery beverage member. And you have to use traditional ingredients or innovative ingredients.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying, so I'm like, well, that part makes no sense because if it's not traditional, anything they do is going to be innovative. We'll just get rid of that whole part there.
Yeah.
And
just get rid of the whole association in general.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's how they band together for the strength of some of the independent breweries and stuff. So I don't know if you would disband it, but just say, maybe independent or non-independent. But then again, what makes it independent? If you're a brewer and you sell 35% of your brewery out, but you own 65, aren't you still kind of independent? You still hold a good majority of it. So again, it becomes subjective on what is independent.
And that's the problem I have. I think the theory of a brewers association setting the definition of craft beer is cool. Like that's cool. But then they set arbitrary numbers,
right,
and arbitrary definitions and whatever they think. And it's like, whatever. It comes down to me. For them, I will always lose a little bit of respect for them when they bump the barrels up for Sam Adams. Horseshit. Right. Sam Adams went above whatever you said the barrels were, then they become a so-called macro brewery or non-craft brewery, then whatever. That's what they fucking become. Don't bump them up because Jim Cook was like, oh my God, I still got to be craft. Fuck that guy. Not that I have anything wrong with him, but I'm sure he's a cool dude and stuff. But at the end of the day, like that should make no difference to what you're doing. You shouldn't be like, oh, it's 2 million, now it's 6 because we need Sam Adams under our umbrella. No, you don't.
Yeah.
If you're doing what you're supposed to do, and that's protect the smaller independent craft brewers, then you don't do things like that. And when they did that, I was like, I'm done. They lose credibility right there with me. All the credibility. Yeah, it's an arbitrary number to begin with. Well, you should have said it some fucking stupid amount at like 6 or 7, 8 million barrels to begin with. You shouldn't have said like, all right, 2 or 4, and then be like, oh wait, fuck, we're gonna Sam Adams, and then wait, hang on, Sierra Nevada's gonna get to that point. Like, we got to make sure we bump it up. Like, sorry, that's not how it works. And if that's how it works, then I don't care about what you guys are doing. I don't care who's on your fucking who's in your association. I care if it's Sam Calagione and all these other guys. It's horseshit. But whatever. I'm just fucking beer too, where it doesn't matter. So whatever.
I think it's kind of left up to the individual perception. I mean, it's your money, buy what you want. Same people that knock Goose Allen is also standing in line on Black Friday for, Bourbon County.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have it both ways, I mean, either it is or it isn't. You know what I mean? It's like you can't knock them for one thing and then go stand in line for another product that they're putting out. It's the same brewery.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you draw the line at as far as craft beer or not? I think it's just up to the individual.
Yeah, it's all arbitrary. That's what it comes down to. That's what disappoints me about the association is that what they want to do is kind of, set the standard or definition for craft beer, but they're doing it in a way that it doesn't make sense or just kind of seems random.
Right.
I can get behind that, you know, like I can't really be like, I got to take them at their word and whatever they say is like the gospel or the truth. It's like you change it a lot and it continuously changes and the definition seems to be tweaked. And it's just like, I don't know. And a lot of people will be like, well, they have to, you know, it has to grow just like everything else. Like they need to tweak and stuff. But it's like, I don't know, if you set your standards at a certain barrel number and then all of a sudden you up it and it just so happens the biggest craft brewery is just under that number, suspicions. A lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you can't make a deposit in a bank for over $10,000 without having to get special forms. Someone comes in with 9,900, you got questions, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Problems and
So, you know, I think I would love to see the day where beer is just beer. I mean, and oh, fuck, that sounded stupid. Hang on. Beer is beer in the eyes of consumers, the eyes of brewers and stuff. The whole macro. Yeah, the macro versus micro, craft versus macro, right? Like it's just, I'm tired of it, I guess is what I'm just tired of it. It's a never ending saga of you have some people on one side, some people on the other. And, you know, they want to stand for something when it comes to the craft and the macro doesn't want to be shit on and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it's a fucking, I forgot who said it earlier. I think it was Eric. It's just this fucking beer.
Yeah, it's just beer.
It's beer. Yeah. And I know that sounds incredibly dumb coming from all of us who have, it's not from Todd because he doesn't have a channel, but everyone else who has beer tubing channels. But we all love craft beer, and it's probably one of our main hobbies. Like it's, you know, we talk about it on YouTube. We're constantly going to festivals and breweries, and fucking Todd's going on a work trip, and the first thing he's thinking about is like, what fucking breweries and bottle shops can I go to? And I'm going to send shit back home. Like it's one of our favorite hobbies. So I get it, but at the end of the day, it's a fucking alcoholic beverage in some kind of vessel, and you drink it and you enjoy it.
Right.
That's all it is. And all this back and forth and people getting angry at one another, and it's just exhausting.
Yeah, and like we've said before, it's your money. You earn it, spend it how you want, drink what you like. Whether it's macro, micro, whatever, you know, doesn't really matter. In the end, it's beer. It's just beer.
Yeah.
Really.
Man. And anybody else have anything to add? Because we have a fucking great comment from a not so great commenter. It's fantastic.
So unless it's Zima, put that shit down. No,
unless it's Zima.
Yo, I totally gave that a 3.5 out of 5 because it's delicious.
If you gotta put a Jolly Rancher in anything,
I wish I had. Beer. So when we were doing the review,
exactly, Todd. Exactly. If you put a Jolly Rancher in a beer to make it taste halfway decent, there's something wrong.
Listen, it was all right without the Jolly Rancher. I actually enjoyed it for what it was. It tastes like an alcoholic Sprite. Again, I haven't had it in fucking whatever 18 years.
I should have sent you one in that beer mail package.
I would have fucking busted it. That's what I would have done.
Come on, Joe. Don't lie to us.
I would have reviewed it.
Prime real estate with a Zima bottle.
So when Nick from Maxwell Stars Beer Review and Christian on the 10th, they hopped the border a couple days before the Bonorano Beer Festival. We went to a local place here, and just for shits and giggles, I pulled a Zima off the fucking. So this place doesn't really do any macro, but they'll have like Miller High Life, and they'll have Pabst, and he had Zima, and I was like, we're gonna fucking totally review the shit out of this. So I took it out of the cooler and I went to Nick. I'm like, we're reviewing this. This is gonna be fantastic. He's like, what's Zima? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I know you're Canadian, but what do you mean, what's Zima? It's like, what is it? I'm like, are you okay? I'm like, this is supposed to be like a fucking just a white beer that's not really. It's a malt beverage. I'm like, we're just gonna go review it. Let's go. So we reviewed it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 for what it is. It didn't taste bad. Now, is it a fucking beer? No. It's basically like a fucking Smirnoff Ice or something. Really, was what it comes down to. But the one regret I have,
Smirnoff Ice.
Where the fuck is the Jolly Rancher?
Come on, Joe. You got to compare better than that.
Listen.
B+.
Well, have you guys had the Zima since it came out in the last 2 years?
I have not. I haven't had a Zima since it came out.
I didn't rebuy it when it came out because I still remember it when I had it before.
Well, Rod, you're pretty fucking old, and I'd imagine your memory isn't the best, so you should revisit it.
I didn't want to buy a 6-pack and then buy a whole bag of Jolly Ranchers too, just because.
Listen. If none of you had it in the last couple of years, you see your mouth, you just shut it. No,
shots fired.
No,
shots fired.
No, retry it because listen, it wasn't gross or anything.
The new formula. You asking for a revisit?
Yeah, well, revisit it. You're gonna revisit it week to week and see how it changes. Buy a 6-pack of it and just see. I mean, come on, Ron.
So it took all these years. Luckily, I can buy it as an individual, but it took all these years to come up with a new formula. Is what you're saying?
No, it's still the same formula. It's just the one thing.
Here's a challenge from the non-channel guy. Once you guys review it, and we'll see.
Todd, we're gonna need you to shut your mouth. Number one. Number two, Todd, you're gonna need to get a channel first, buddy.
Todd,
okay?
Sorry, Eric.
Todd, challenge accepted, buddy. Challenge accepted.
That may be a chug video just to get over it real quick.
Yo, if I fucking find it again, if I see it,
I can send it to you if you want.
No, we're gonna need you to set it up. We're gonna need you to set it up. Yeah, no, I'm not buying a 6-pack. Just to be clear, there's no 6-pack.
Oh, I'm not either.
Rod, you should do that just because.
You know what? Why don't we all buy it and have it on the show next week? Fuck it. See what you guys think.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Rod, there is no respect for our channels. Come on.
I'll do like a Butter Rita or something.
A what?
The Bud Light Arita, whatever it is.
That's worse than Zima. Buy like a like that Bud Light.
I don't know if it's that much of a difference.
I haven't had the Bud Light Orange, but I imagine it's absolutely.
Eric has.
Yeah, it's
I've
gross.
had it.
Yeah, it's gross, right? It has to be gross. No, I saw your review. You're like, if you like the lime, you'd like this, but no one likes the lime, so why would they like that?
Good point. Very good point.
No,
I kind of like the lime.
Well, so
I do a Gelato before I do Zima.
I think
there's your one guy that actually likes the lime.
I think the biggest.
I didn't like the orange though.
The biggest issue with Zima was when they originally came out, they compared it to like beer. It was like an alternative to beer. It's not. It's a fucking.
It's an alternative to beer. It is an
It's a
alternative.
fucking wine cooler, is what it is. Like just hold up to it. Malt beverage my ass.
There you go, Rod. You could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Back in the day, people
Review
loved
a Zima.
People would like bottled things. I didn't see it picking up Zima as much.
Well, they should have because no. What, do you want to have Zima on so we can? Someone said in the comments, it's fucking. It's a no. You said it right, Todd. It's a fucking wine basically. It's come on. Let's just drink.
You can have your first wine review.
We'll get you in the top 30.
That's about as much of wine as Mad Dog 2020 special wine.
But listen, we got to coordinate here. Everyone's got to bring the same flavor of Jolly Ranchers. Otherwise, it's not a problem.
That's the problem. You start with Zima, then you're at Mad Dog 2020. Next thing you know, you're at Boone's Farms. You're just on a downward slope.
Rod, you're on a downward spiral. Your channel, wine tubing it up, baby. Right up the opposite way.
You got to meet somewhere in the middle.
Oh man, no, but seriously, like I hadn't had Zima since whatever late '90s, and having it again, it was just like it was inoffensive. It honestly tasted like someone took like a shot of vodka and put it in a Sprite. I was like, there's nothing wrong with this, but I never understood why they tried to market it as a beer. It clearly says malt beverage on the fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's not even marketed as a beer, really. I mean, it is, but it's not labeled as a beer.
No, it's like this should be next to like the Smirnoff Ices and the wine coolers because that's what it basically is in its purest form. It wasn't bad, but it was. I was like, "Where's the Jolly Ranchers at?"
When I think of Zima in my head, I get like the Watabi brothers, like from Will Ferrell Saturday Night Live and everything. Like, is this love? Baby, don't hurt me. It's playing in my head right now. I think of Zima.
All right, so confirmed. Zima review next week on the Beer Flow Show, and Rod's going to send them all to us this week, right, Rod? Isn't that the deal?
Todd's out of town. Won't work. It won't work.
We do have quite a few actual comments. Holy shit. Zima sparked the interest here. Unfortunately.
Woke everybody up.
Alfalfa TV says hi from Medellin, Colombia. So that's
hello. Nice to have you.
Colombia. Nice.
Medellin.
Welcome.
Sweet. Yeah, nice. That's awesome. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Eric Gilbert says he's found some Hark beer in the whiskey shelf, so I'm pouring it up. Yeah. He said he found it on his whiskey shelf, so he's taking it to the head. That'd be a cool surprise. Like, I'm going to get some whiskey. What the fuck is this doing here? Yeah.
Now I know what this is.
Yeah. Earth says, wouldn't surprise me if they say any grains and hops brought by main suppliers considers a brewery non-craft in the future. Grow and harvest your own crops to be craft. Great fucking point, Earth. That's why you need to say just normal shit more often. You're the entire planet. You know everything. Come on, man. No, that is a good point though. Like, at what point is in the future to be like, well, if you don't have your own malts or hops or even the adjuncts or fruits you put in your beer, if they're not fucking organic or whatever, like, at what point do you stop the definition? What point do you increase it? It's like, fuck, I have no idea because I'm not setting these fucking arbitrary dumb definitions and shit.
I'm not on that panel.
Yeah, I'm not on there. I don't know. Fucking 3 years from now, I'll be like 23 million barrels. You'd fucking be like, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Greg Bylog, you know Greg Rod. Unfortunately, says you guys should talk less about beer. Well, Greg, this is a beer show where we talk about beer and not the crazy shit that you have in your mind. So I'm sorry, Greg. And this is the best comment ever from this individual who, to be fair, says a lot of dumb shit. So we're gonna read it and just again. Think about who's saying this. So Raining on Your Parade says, I like getting great beer at a great price. If, all caps, everybody supported one independent brewery, then they one day will become a macro company. That's a great way to look at things. Like, so many of these breweries from 10, 15, 20 years ago, the Stones, the Dogfish Heads, and fucking Sierra Nevadas, who were at the forefront of like Sierra Nevada, at the forefront of saying, we're fucking craft, we're different, we're independent, blah, blah. They're getting to that level where so many people supported them now, people start to shit on them. Yeah, maybe because they make the products, but maybe they're too big and people don't like that. You support something enough, it gets popular to where people start not liking it for other reasons other than their products.
Yeah.
And that is the smartest thing Raining on Your Parade has ever said, ever in a comment section. And I am fully 100% being honest with you.
Well, some people shit on, like, it's like almost penalizing companies on their success, you know?
Yeah, but isn't that also like being a hypocrite then?
Well, that's the whole point, is that there's a lot of hypocrites out there. You support something enough where it becomes big. A lot of people are like, well, now it's just big like the other shit I didn't want to support. So let me find the next coolest shit to support that's small to build them up.
Support from that, yeah.
And you see a lot of
That's
craft.
a great comment. That's a great comment.
Yeah, the person's a piece of shit, but the comment is fantastic.
Yeah.
Don't attack my fan base, Joe.
What's that?
So don't attack my fan base.
Well, I mean, Ray R. Parade also had the comment last week at like, why don't you drink and drive? He was joking around, but it's still not cool.
Yeah.
That's still really cool. I love getting Ray R. Parade shit.
The Rod subs are now at $4.99 because of that.
The thing about Ray R. Parade, him and I have a back and forth. Mostly me just shitting on him and him trying to say stuff, but I just he doesn't have a channel, so I can verbally abuse the man. No, but whatever.
That's why I like him. Channel guys together.
Yeah, you fucking dog.
Now you're one of those guys. So.
Yeah, now Todd fucking man. No, but Raining on Your Parade, he had one of the best comments of the night, honestly. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it. So
I think it makes good sense, yeah.
Eric Gilbert says there is good beer, then there's shit beer, and all brewers make both. Simple. I agree.
Some make a little bit more shitty than others, but
Very true.
I think we thought last week we were like, not all beer at every brewery you're going to like for the most part. If you're being honest with yourself, there's going to be something that might not be of a great appeal to you. So,
and any brewery worth its salt, and any brewer worth its salt, if you talk to him and you tell him you like every beer and he's cool with that, then
well, that's the whole thing. Like, all these brewers experiment. So if you're at a good brewery, they're going to be trying different things, and all aren't going to appeal to you, which is good. But you got to like and appreciate they are experimenting with different things.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
Shandy, I'm not a shandy person.
Oh, baby, all the shandy, baby, Thema shandy, baby, everything.
Jamie from week just for Rod J.
People get outside of Leinenkugel time. Like, no.
Oh, we're doing Leinenkugel next week?
Yeah, we're doing Leinenkugel now.
Got to buy the variety pack, boys. We got to do as many reviews as we can.
Right here.
Motherfuckers. Jamie from Basement Beer says shirtless Greg ? And Greg responds with no shirt is on, sadly. No, that's the greatest thing about tonight is that you have your shirt on, Greg.
That's why he's in a job.
Yeah. Eric Gilbert responds with review Zima, baby. And then Earth follows up with analysis 101 Zima. And then on the 10th responds with the Beer Flow show is brought to you by ... Zima.
Yeah, what is it Nick doing on Maxwell Star?
Because he didn't take one home. We reviewed one for his channel, but he didn't take it home because we drank it. And he also had no idea what Zima was. Like, I had to school him on Zima, which was just embarrassing, but also awesome because I had no idea what I was talking about. He's like, what's Zima? I'm like, it's a thing. It's clear. There's alcohol in it. It's confused. It doesn't know if it's a beer or a malt beverage or a wine cooler.
It's like Crystal Pepsi, but worse.
Yeah, it's like, come on. It's like Crystal Pepsi with shitty vodka added. Like, what do you want?
A Crystal Pepsi.
And do you drink it with or without a Jolly Rancher?
He's like, what are you talking about Jolly Ranchers? I'm like, why, don't you walk around with just handfuls of Jolly Ranchers for any kind of Zima night? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know, watermelon. He's like, what, watermelon? I'm like, yeah, watermelon. It's the best. It is the best Jolly Rancher. I got it. Fantastic.
Like beer. I mean, if you got to use some type of accessory.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not a beer, damn it. All right, here we go. So we also have Eric Gilbert that says Bud Light is water. Yeah.
Yeah. And Coors Light and Miller Light for the most part.
Miller Light.
You like it? You like it. So,
don't upset Eric.
Although I may do a review at some point on that seltzer water just because I'm interested to see what it tastes like.
Oh, but he won't drink Zima. But I'll drink the seltzer water.
Hey, if I did Zima, it'd be a revisit. I can't revisit, right? So
no, well, you never visited first on your fucking channel, Rod. It would not be a
in my mind. I've had it before.
Hey, those seltzer waters are actually pretty good if you've never had one.
Dude, they seriously are. I remember I was at a barbecue last summer, and my cousin's girlfriend gave me one, and I'm drinking it. And she was like, "Oh, it's pretty good." I had no idea they had alcohol. I thought it was just seltzer. I was like, "They're good." And she's like, and the kid came up to me and was like, "Can I have one?" I'm like, "I don't see why not." She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "a 6.5%." I'm like,
"Yeah, they're like 6.5%. Yeah, they're freaking amazing for summer beer."
I'm like, "Never mind, kids. You can't have this because it has alcohol in it." I was not aware. It was so good.
Next thing you know, he's dancing on the picnic table, swinging his shirt.
Yeah. No, that didn't happen. It did not happen. You can't prove it anyway.
Thanks, Joe. I love you.
Get some.
Jesus Christ.
Face look a little red there, Joe.
I'm always red. I'm fat, Eric. God, you pointed out again. Jamie says Zima ... for people that are afraid of seeing their beer. I don't know if the selling point wasn't
a joke writer for Nick. I don't know why he's not.
No, Jamie is pretty fantastic. Jamie actually gave me 3 mystery beers that I got to start at some point. I still got them in the fridge. He's probably going to troll the shit out of me because that's the type of individual he is, and I appreciate it. And then he says, the clueless drinker wrote that comment for raining on your parade. That really did. Seems like something Peter would say, although a little less offensive. And then Eric Gilbert says, Crystal Pepsi is the bomb.
That's on you.
I actually, when I came out with it, what was it, a couple years ago? I bought a couple of them.
Years ago. They brought it back out from the first time they did it?
Yeah, it was like, there's a YouTuber, fucking LA Beast. He's like a competitive eater and fucking does crazy challenges. He has like, I don't know, a couple million subs. He bought, one of his most famous videos was he bought a Crystal Pepsi off of eBay unopened, the original from like the early 90s.
Yeah, from like,
yeah, he drank it on his channel, and then he loved it. So, well, not that particular bottle, but he used to love it as a kid. He kept on hounding Pepsi or whatever, and they brought it out a couple of years ago in the summer, and it came out like 20-ounce bottles and shit. And I drank one. I was like, dude, this doesn't taste anything like Pepsi. I don't know what they ever thought they're doing. It was good though. I enjoyed it. It just wasn't fucking Pepsi. I don't know what it is.
Or as Charles Barkley would say, that's terrible.
Yes, that's a bunch of knuckleheads.
Terrible.
Now listen here, Shaq.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why, Shaq. You know why? It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. That's so good. And then Eric,
bring back New Coke again.
Yeah, I hope not.
Just keep
New
back.
Coke.
Yeah.
New Coke, because we got rid of the old formula and we're idiots. Oh, we're going to bring it back again 2 years later. And then Eric Gilbert, last comment says Coors Light tastes like leftover boiled corn water.
Uh-oh, you can get Eric fired up now.
So I did a blind taste test of the main ones plus Labatt Blue, and Coors Light won.
Really?
Yeah,
That's bad. I like Labatt Blue more than Coors Light.
What do they win? Absolutely fucking nothing. They
Your
just
appreciation. They win your appreciation.
dude. Labatt Blue is the worst of the bunch by far. In the blind taste test, it was gross to me. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Works well in chili though. I've used it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I was surprised at Coors Light, but it was as Chris from over on the 10th would say, #smooth. Like Coors Light was the easiest drinking of the bunch, but like all of them had such similar flavors. I'm like, if I drank this beer every fucking day for like 10 years, I still couldn't tell you the difference between this fucking beer and this one because they were all so similar. They were all like slightly boiled corn, fucking super carbonated, and just like, I don't know.
Yeah, but with Coors Light, you would know when it's cold enough because the mountains would be blue.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true. When I'm drinking it, I mean, I can't touch it or put it in the fridge for 3 hours and just imagine it's cold. I need the fucking mountains to light up to be like, bah, 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 it's fucking guys. Like, at what point in your life are you like, man, I can't tell the difference between cold and cold? Like, it's
super cold.
Yeah, it's fucking almost
just
not
the
frozen.
guy in the lab that came up with the idea, like people were like, how will they know when it's cold enough? Well, just make the fucking mountains go blue.
Yeah. We'll put this thing on the labels. Yeah,
incredible.
I know. It just
and Budweiser, like, how do we miss that shit?
Yeah. Seriously, like they're probably very angry. Like, holy shit, what are we doing? That's just the dumbing down of America, though. In general, it's like, seriously, if you need the fucking mountains on the side of the label to turn a different color to indicate how cold your beer is,
well, you would
Banquet beer has that too, Joe.
What's that?
The banquet beer has that.
Well, it's all fucking dumb.
You would have seen it dumbing down in America. Go to McDonald's, see when the register breaks down, all they got is some pictures of the food. Yeah. And then trying to figure out how to work it.
It's like, I'm entering number 8, but it's not working because it's down. It's like, I just turn it on. Number 8 is.
Well, you told me this amount. They're trying to do Common Core in their head, and it doesn't work.
Yeah. I wish this fucking other half can. I wish these fucking clouds started glowing or something, so I knew it was cold enough to drink.
Damn broccoli heads.
You had to work that in.
Hey, they'll
I mentioned it before.
You put the seed in their brain, they'll probably do it.
Yeah, that would be hilarious if they did. But I don't drink them cold enough. I let them warm up to like 50 degrees because I don't want them ice cold. I'm drinking a double IPA.
Other half is so good.
And dude, I have never been so excited to do like any kind of obviously just my second theme week, but like the fact that I get to drink all of them, I want to go drink them all right now. I can't. And you compose myself, but yeah, so I was looking forward to it. Should be fun.
No, not really.
No, it's gonna be soft. It was. I did the first one today. It was terrible. Gave it like a
nobody should watch that video at all.
No, I don't. I'm not even gonna watch it. Not gonna edit it. Just gonna throw it up there. Should be fun.
Is that all the comments, or is there more?
God damn it. We have one comment from Eric Gilbert. He says you guys need to try Lakeport. # beer store a value brand. So Lakeport is basically like the equivalent of what I would assume like Old Milwaukee would be here, but for Canadians in Ontario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's the price on those, Eric? Like per can or per 12 pack or whatever?
Well, Old Milwaukee here is like a fishing beer. So is that like it is in Canada?
It's if you mean by fishing, you throw them in the lake to never retrieve them and drink them. Then yes.
No, like, when people go fishing, like they'll have Old Milwaukee or something.
Now you hurt Eric's feelings.
Nah, Eric doesn't drink Old Milwaukee that much.
No, we're talking about the Eric Gilbert in the comments. He drinks the Lakeport.
I can get Old Milwaukee, but I can only get it in 24 packs.
Yeah, see what I mean? So you take it like you go fishing or camping or something. It's like that.
Right.
Or the other thing is you just leave it on the shelf and then don't take it.
Hey man, you want an Old Milwaukee?
No.
People give me a stink eye.
Old Milwaukee.
Yeah, well, it's all fucking gross.
But if you're Milwaukee,
Joe wouldn't even buy it for a Rajay deal.
If you're in Milwaukee, you should really be pissed off they have a beer called Milwaukee's Best and what it actually tastes like, because that's nothing like anything good you should be proud about in Milwaukee.
I remember as a kid, my damn father buying Old Milwaukee.
Old Milwaukee's better than Milwaukee's best, though.
If that's the best you got, I ain't going.
Yep.
What the fuck is happening right now, boys?
So that was all the comments there, right?
No, we got more. Earth says, when the beer reaches enough chill, the invisible date reveals itself. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That might supplement the best comment of the night, Raining Our Parade. Yeah, it does, because I don't like that guy. Chris says, I'm pretty sure that Zivich, the Polish beer from Poland, did the label color change first.
Oh.
You're more Polish than I am, even though I'm Polish, so I'm going to leave this in your hands, Chris, I guess. He said I could be wrong, though. You probably are. And then Eric Gilbert says the Lakeport is $1 a beer. And again, this is Canada. This is Canada. Old Milwaukee's like what, 7 cents a beer, something like that. It's terrible. It's like a 24 pack for $4.99. It's ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. My neighbor growing up used to drink that a lot. He was a drunk, by the way.
That's on him.
He would drink a 24 pack of whatever the cheapest. It would alternate between Busch, Old Milwaukee, and what else?
Drunk or alcoholic?
He was all of them, just everything.
Keystone Light.
Into one.
He drank a 24 pack of those a day, and by a day I mean like not 24 hours, about 8 hours. That was his day. But that's what he knows. He would polish one of those off almost every day. He was he actually lived fucking a long time actually, and died from something way unrelated. So I was just like, I can't believe his liver's still like
water does the
happening.
good.
I guess so. It was, yeah. At least it was like whatever, 4.5 or 5%. At least he wasn't hammering out double IPAs or anything.
Flavored water.
Yeah. You go out there and you'd be in his fucking chair and he'd have the fucking Old Milwaukee and he had the fucking, what do you call it? He would just be sitting there hammering them out. And he would be there.
It's all the bacon and eggs that he probably ate every single day.
Probably. I'm not sure he ate. And he's like the skinniest dude ever. Like you would think he'd just have a huge beer belly or something. Nah, fucking probably $1.40 soaking wet. I'm just like, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's impressive. But that's how I remember Old Milwaukee. Because a lot of times he'd have so many of them that they would just like, occasionally I'd find like the packs of 24 just on his lawn, like blown away from the garbage or wherever he put them. Like, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's interesting.
Seemed to be a man on a mission.
Yeah, to drink all the fucking cheap beer that he ever could possibly polish off.
Well, we all got our own goals.
We're lofty ones, but he's
Memories.
like I couldn't even
memories.
I couldn't drink 24 beers in 8 hours, even if I wanted to. Like I could, like that's so much.
That would be a feat for me.
I think you could.
I couldn't even drink that much water probably in fucking 8 hours. Like 24 12-ounce cans of water in 8 hours is a lot. Like to drink a beer equivalent with a carbonation.
Sounds like a challenge for a channel.
Challenge me, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are fucking crazy.
That would be the highest hit video that you ever produced right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to produce it because I'd be dead.
Isn't there like a milk challenge? Like people can't drink like a certain amount of gallons of milk in a certain period.
Yeah, because you vomited. Something about your stomach like pushes it back. Like a gallon of it, I think. You can't drink a gallon like quickly. I guess there's some videos where people have done it, but I guess you want to vomit it up. I forgot what the science behind it is.
I can see the point after with milk at a certain level.
Yeah, I think it's like full milk. It's not like 2% or skim or anything. It's like it has to be full milk because I'd imagine it's so thick. Like if you drink regular milk, man, you drink that much of it, you probably just like, no more.
Are you allowed to like mix in some vodka or something with it?
No.
You guys ever had kids?
No. White Russians, settle down.
Some Zimas or something, just
maybe some Zimas.
Did you guys ever do the Pop Rocks challenge as kids?
Yeah.
You did it when you were kids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wasn't that crazy.
I was like, fuck that. I didn't know what happened to Mikey or not, so I didn't even mess with it. Some kids thought Mikey died, some didn't know. So I was like,
if Mikey can't eat it, nobody's gonna eat it. Fuck
Ooh, Eric Gilbert with a good question here, and I'm gonna pawn this off on our resident macro drinker, but he says, "What is
Rod,
better?"
that's you.
Yeah, it's Rod, clearly. He says, "What is better, Old Milwaukee or Milwaukee's Best?" He needs a review.
Oh, Milwaukee's better, but Eric.
All right.
Louder.
Or throw in the wild card, Milwaukee's Best Ice, the Beast Ice, baby.
Well, years ago, Old Milwaukee used to be like the favorite over like blind tests. Old Milwaukee won a lot of them.
You mean it like caused people to go blind because it was so terrible?
90s, early 2000s, they do blind tests, and Old Milwaukee came out a favorite a lot of the time.
Yeah, there's no
They
favorites.
don't know when they're blind. They don't know.
No,
Like,
there's no favorites of Old Milwaukee. There's no favorites of Old Milwaukee's involved.
beat the other ones they were tasting, I guess.
Yeah, it's like my Coors Light blind taste test. Sure, it's better than all the rest, but it's still Coors Light.
I remember when we were kids, they had the Pepsi Coke challenge.
I did that too. Pepsi, Coke, RC, and a fucking off-brand. And guess what? Coke was better than all of them. Well, I should say Coke was better. It tastes different than all the rest. A Pepsi, RC Cola, and the off-brand, interchangeable. And I do not shit you. Like everybody, and it was the consensus of everyone. Everybody picked Coke right because it tastes way different.
More sugar.
Yeah, whatever it was, it just has that fucking. It's as stupid as sounds. Just says
syrupy to me.
It just has a Coke flavor. Like when you drink a Coke, you're like, that's fucking Coca-Cola. You drink a Pepsi,
you know it. You for sure know it. Pepsi tastes more flat than like Coke or anything else.
Yeah, and RC Cola and the off-brand that I bought, which was ever like the Wegmans brand here, the Wegmans grocery stores. They were all very baby. Some Fago, baby. Want to send me some Fago there? We got an ICP it, baby, and St. Cloud Posse everywhere. No, but it was like one of those things where it was kind of mind blowing how similar Pepsi, RC Cola, and the off-brand was. I was like, holy shit, these are like.
Well, I know
I've
been to restaurants and it's like you order Coke and they're like, well, no, we have Pepsi. You went like, no, I don't want Pepsi. Just you got Coke, or give me Coke brand. Yeah.
I mean, I'll drink either of them, but Coke's the preference for me. If you're talking colas, for sure. Always has been, always will be. It's just I like it.
That's 7-Up.
And is it me or
I see what you did there, Ron.
Is it me or does McDonald's have the best Coke?
They do, dude.
Oh yeah, we talked about that with the McDonald's formula thing or the ice.
Yeah.
Whenever someone goes to McDonald's and doesn't get a Coke, like I don't care what they get, but I always like question them a little bit. I'm like,
you failed at life if you don't get a Coke.
I got a Sprite. Did you though? Did you get a Sprite? Why? You know another great mix. If you like Dr. Pepper, Arby's has a great Dr. Pepper mix. Like their Dr. Pepper tastes better than everyone else's. I don't know what it is. Yeah, like I don't go to Arby's often, A, because they're fucking crazy expensive for fast food, and B, I don't have one like real close. So a couple times a year, but every time I go, I got to get Dr. Pepper because I'm like, fucking shit's great as far as Dr. Pepper.
You know what I missed from back in the Northeast was Roy Rogers. We used to have those when I was younger.
We don't have any around here.
Yeah, those are pretty good. But I digress.
So Rod probably gets these, but Joe or Eric, do you all get Big Red?
Yes.
Occasionally you can find it around here, but it's not like a staple or anything.
Okay. I'm sure as of Rod. Yeah, Rod probably
gets Big Red if you got Tahitian Treat.
Oh, we get Tahitian Treat. That shit's fucking Hawaiian punch carbonated, fantastic awesomeness.
I don't know. I'm not sure if we even get that here.
Yeah, how about I want to say Eric gets this, but you guys, Verner's ginger ale.
Oh yeah, we get Verner's. Yeah,
Verner's is fucking good. I don't think Todd does. Todd, I don't see it. Verner's.
No.
Really? No Verner's.
Verner's. I'm gonna get you fucking Verner's.
You have to throw one of those in your box when you send it.
I seriously will if you want to. It is so different from a ginger ale perspective, though. Like if you've had Canada Dry and Schweppes and all them, they're good. You know, those are ginger ale, but it's way different.
Well, it's like the L8s, Rod. You probably get those there, right?
Yeah, we get L8.
Yeah.
Okay, L8s. What is
kind of like
we're gonna do fucking soda trades? Soda mans?
Is this what we come to? Is this what we come to?
No, but it's awesome because it's just like beer when you talk about soda or even what we call pop here. Do you call pop there, Eric, or is it soda?
Yeah, pop, soda.
It's pop. Yeah, it's same. Mostly pop beer, but yeah, it depends on where you live, right? But it all came from soda pop, so no one's wrong. So
soda's first name.
Yeah, soda pop's the last, and that's the best. No,
so doesn't matter. Everything here, everybody calls it Coke,
and they're all wrong because there's one Coke.
That is true. That is true. But everybody calls it Coke. It's like you got a Coke. It's like no.
Well,
Like, okay, whatever.
It's weird how like Coke just means like anything, but Coke is an actual brand. Like pop and soda, I get because if you say pop, it's like okay, any kind of
Right.
soft drink or whatever. You say Coke, it's like here's a fucking Coca-Cola. And I was asking for a Coke. Well, there's what the fuck? This is a Coke. Well, I was asking for a Coke.
They said an orange Coke.
Yeah, orange. Can we get that Sprite Coke? I don't understand.
Yeah, Sprite Coke.
Can I get that Canada Dry Coke?
Suicide. It's a suicide.
But the one cool thing about food is like how regionalized it is. Like you guys talk about different fast food, like Roy Rogers, and like we don't have for a long time we didn't have a Rallies or a Checkers up here. We finally got one.
Yeah.
I know you guys like Jack in the Box and fucking we don't have any of that stuff. Like
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A,
no Jack in the Box here.
finally get the Chick-fil-A.
Do y'all have rallies or checkers?
We
we
have
got Rallies.
Checkers. We have
I think
Checkers.
Oh, you
Checkers
do?
is up here too, but you got to look for it.
We got a
I thought
Checkers here.
checkers, I thought checkers was like Southern.
Yeah,
Or
we
maybe
got-
it's Rallies. No,
we got
for sure it's
Rallies.
Checkers. What the fuck
I
is
thought
Checkers?
Checkers was the offshoot of like White Castle, like the Southern White
No,
Castle.
No,
Checkers
no,
are
that's
the exact
Crystal.
same.
That's
Oh,
Crystal.
Crystal,
Yeah, Crystal.
We finally have Chick-fil-A here.
Yeah, well, we're getting one later this summer, so I'm pumped. I like Chick-fil-A.
Well, good luck with that because they'll be wrapped around the building
I
every
know.
fucking day. Doesn't matter what
Yeah.
time of day it is,
We
Best
finally
thing
got
plays on Sunday.
yeah, well, yeah.
except for Sundays. Yeah.
The best is a couple years or last year when I heard about them being in the new Falcons stadium, and I was like, "What day did they play NFL games on? Sunday?"
Yeah, that was a bad part of that deal.
That seems
Yeah.
kind of dumb. And I'm not a huge fan of their values, but they make good fucking chicken. So like
I'm convinced when you order the number one combo, you get like a dime bag in there. That's why the line's so long.
probably their chicken is though like as far as like quality of fast food chicken. I've had it like 3 or 4 times when I've been in Ohio and in PA and Erie, PA. They have a couple locations. It's way better than like the taste way better.
Oh yeah, it's
Way
legit.
better.
Oh, yeah, it
legit.
sleeps in
Fast
mouths
food is
better than-
legit.
It's so good.
Their employees have to answer like my pleasure and all kinds of
Yeah, dude, it was the weirdest shit. I'm like, they're like, oh, thank you or blah blah. I'm like, what? Why are you not like yelling at me? Like what? Like
they're like you're an ass. And they're like my pleasure.
they're like, oh, you make sure your order is all right. I'm like, don't you want me to drive away and come back upset when you fuck it up? Yeah, it's like really, it was awkward, but I was like, this is cool. I got like their chicken nuggets, and I was like, these are fucking just awesome. They taste like somebody made them at home. I don't know.
From God's hands to your mouth.
Yeah, I got the grilled ones even one time, and I was like, holy shit, these are healthy and tasty. What's happening?
Yeah.
But yeah, Chick-fil-A. So we got a Sonic here a couple years ago, and it was exactly like you said, Ty. Like the first day, it was like a 2-hour wait, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'd like Sonic if I had it before, but like, no, I'm not waiting 2 hours for fucking Sonic.
Yeah.
It's funny you brought that up, like because Sonic around here they all closed. There's not
Really?
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's not one
Wow.
near us now.
Yeah,
They
ours
have-
is still open, but you can enter pretty easy, no problem.
They have the best deals in summer after 8. They fucking have like half price on all their drinks. So any of their fucking milkshakes or any of their slushies, half price. It's like the best. I
Yeah,
only
but you
want
got steak and shake there.
No, we don't.
Oh
We
yeah,
don't say
steak
that.
and shake. Oh, you don't have steak and shake? Yeah.
I got steak and shake.
Closest is Erie, PA.
Although I'm not sure how Steak and Shake even stays in business because they have the worst like service ever.
They had the worst food. The one in fucking Jackson is, oh god.
Food, but their service. If you go to like Steak and Shake, you're gonna be there for like an hour and a half for sure.
I haven't had
No
these-
doubt.
my steak and shakes. I don't know what's going on with your two.
I don't have a steak and shake, so I'm just gonna say I don't know.
Well, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Or maybe I'm not.
They also have the Dairy Queens, which are nice.
Yeah, Dairy Queens are good. Man,
Although every time you can
Dairy
pull it up,
Queen has the slowest drive-through in the history.
yeah, they do. They're
and
terrible.
you get a Dairy Queen, you get a Blizzard, and they keep flipping. Like seriously, how long are you gonna keep flipping Blizzards?
Yeah.
We know it's not gonna fall out of the cup.
Upside
But
down.
you know what though? You know what? I don't care how old I am or whatever. Blizzards are always fucking delicious.
I would like to see one time when I would like to see one time when a dip fall out of the cup though. If they're gonna keep doing it, just be like,
Oh shit! Making mistakes. Better not let that hit the fucking ground.
It did fall out, or you want to see it fall out?
I want to see it fall out one time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, now I want to fucking.
Because you get
Blizzard.
that one plus another one for free. So
Now, do you have an A&W?
Nope.
yes,
We do on the way from between here and West Virginia, but not close to where I'm at. You know.
Yeah, we have them here.
I can cross the border into Canada and get A&W.
Yeah.
That's about as far as I can go.
Really?
Yeah, they have one right across. They have a ton of them actually.
And we got White Castle, of course. So.
Yeah, don't have White Castle here either.
Yeah.
Damn, we don't have a lot of shit, you guys.
I've never had a White Castle slider.
That's on you.
What?
Oh, you?
Never have had a White Castle slider.
Eric,
You've never had a drunken night and you had to go to White
No.
Castle to get
And that's
sliders?
the thing.
Because whenever I got a drunken night, we were fucking 30 miles away from any White Castle.
All right,
You
Joe.
did
That's
it.
on him.
yeah, that's on it. Dude, I don't even have a White Castle. There's no White Castle around here, and I've had White Castle multiple times. So this is on you, Eric.
Yeah.
We have 3 comments here. Read them because we just went on like a fast food and soda tangent, which is fantastic.
Fast food
We
tangent.
did like a Joe D flip
You
there.
never know what you're going to get.
And we still have 8 people watching, so shout out to them for whatever just happened in the last 15 minutes.
Whichever is also, if you watch Joe D's channel, you got to watch his Instagram because he gets the weirdest Oreo cookies I've ever seen.
Oh, dude, all the weird shit.
Post now is a pina colada. I've never seen
yo,
pina
what?
colada Oreos.
What?
I just
never
had
knew that existed.
a couple weeks ago. I bought the cherry cola ones, and they had Pop Rocks in them to mimic the carbonation.
Yeah.
Not that good. Not good. No, like cherry cola flavor is fine, but like I don't want Pop Rocks in my fucking Oreos.
They're becoming a stone of cookies.
Yeah, I was like, dude. Then I saw they made like the cinnamon heart candies or whatever. They made that as a flavor, and I'm like, dude, I don't want that in an Oreo. I'm not gonna buy you. So I didn't, but I'd imagine they weren't great. But Drunken One says for cheap beer, Hams is the best. We don't get Hams around here. At least I haven't seen it.
We get
You
hands
get
out
like
here.
a 30 pack
You gotta
here
buy
for
like a
like
12 pack
$9.99.
or case or something.
You can get it for $9.99, you said, Todd?
Like for a 30 pack or something like that. So
Don't-
$9.99,
don't let any
$12.99,
Canadians watch this,
somewhere in
Todd.
there.
Todd, you see any Canadians watch this? They'll kill
12
you.
pack is like $5.99 or something here.
Oh, gross. But I mean, cool at the same time if you like Hams.
Dude, Hams is really good for the cheap ass beer.
I'd imagine it is. That's what I've heard is Hams is like the Schlitz kind of like, people enjoyed, even like PBR, like a better.
It's the BCBS of the cheapest ass beer.
Did you just compare it to Bourbon County Brand Stout? This just happened? Yo, did this just happen? Do we need to apologize for Eric? What just happened?
So a Drunken One gets those there? Is that what he said?
Rod's rolling.
Yeah, Rod is
I've not had that
rolling.
comparison before. That's a unique one.
That's one way of looking at it. The other way is not looking at it like that.
Hams or Bourbon County Stout? It's a toss up.
Depends on the mood. How hot is it outside? No. Eric Gilbert says I'm going to start charging for content.
Start charging for content?
Eric, do you have a channel? Does Eric Gilbert have a channel? I don't think Eric Gilbert has a channel though. No, he just.
There's nothing wrong with that. Come on, Joe.
No. I'm just. Well, when he says charge, maybe he meant for his comments. Charge for his comments. Hey, one of his latest liked videos was mine. Sweet, thanks, Eric. And then Eric says he needs to try RC Cola on draft. It's good. It's fucking good. RC Cola is always good, but I don't ever have it enough.
Physics to RC Cola.
Yeah, we need Chris to get in here with his fucking physics machine and go nuts.
I don't know where you can find it on draft. Where can you get that? I've never seen it on.
There's some places that
Is there?
that use RC around here. There's a couple like locally owned like like hot dog and hamburger stands where they'll have RC as like their Coke or whatever. Right? It's their Coke. It's their fucking Coke. But RC is good. It's just one of those that you don't really, like you said, see it too often. So it's not like, oh man, I just had an awesome
I like
RC
an
Cola.
RC Cola every now and again.
Yeah, it's good. It's a nice change of pace, so to speak. Yeah. Well. No.
So the last comment.
We have Drunken One says Hams is down there, and Eric Gilbert says, "Hey, stop playing on my channel." I'm sorry, I didn't know if you had a channel, so I clicked go to your channel, and then it showed me like your subs and your likes, and I left. I'm gone. It was like 10 seconds.
Drunken One, send us some beef jerky. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean that shit was good last time I had it. It's always really hot though, like super, like really hot, and I like it. No, I like it. It's perfect though.
Man,
well, Drunken One says he made it that hot because then you can't eat a lot of it. Unfortunately, I ate all of it. It's like at one time. I was like, it's not that hot. It's just hot. But
I
it's
have
really
that
crazy.
problem too, so don't worry.
Well, the good thing about beef jerky is it's not bad for you. I mean, it's dehydrated fucking beef.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a ton of calories, and
Yeah.
you eat fucking whatever 3 ounces of it. It does. Oh my god, it's 200 calories. Watch out. Earth says fountain pole, baby. Sorry for the confusion. That's on me, baby. Well, that's what he meant. That's what we figured, because you're not getting fucking soda pop on draft. You're getting the fountain pour of it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you don't see RC Cola. Outside of like the couple local places, I don't think there's one chain or anybody like that actually has RC available for the fountain drinks that I've seen. Like you see weird shit like Mr. Pibb. You go to like a Five Guys, which I went to this week for my cheat meal.
Yeah.
They got I got the cherry vanilla Mr. Pibb. I'm like, holy shit, cherry vanilla, yeah! Like I didn't even see it before. And then I got because it was a cheat meal, so then I got a diet vanilla Barks cream soda. I'm like, A, didn't know Barks did cream sodas. B, the fuck's vanilla, and it's not.
Well, you're looking at that. They probably got the big new machine for fountain drinks. Have you seen those yet?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It was crazy. It was the fucking
like
touchscreen. Crazy.
Combination you can do.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking, I can get like a strawberry Sprite. I'm like, yeah, it's Sprite though. It's like Zima. So I went over back to the Mr. Pibb.
Jelly Ranch.
I was like, where's the watermelon Sprite at? Come on. But no, those machines are awesome. Like I said, it's and you get like the weird shit like Mr. Pibb. You don't see it too many places either. It's kind of like RC where you see it occasionally. And the fact that they had different flavors, I was like, this is cool shit. But yeah, Drunk One also says he needs to make more beef jerky soon. Yes, you do. Maybe so.
Yes, you do, and send it.
Yeah, and if you do, I'll have to hit you up with maybe some beer mail, but not Heineken next time. That was one of the extras I threw, and I was like, you know who would enjoy this because he likes everything? Drunken One.
The Drunken One Clamato gelato.
I'm not gonna pay money for that ever. I bought like 2 4-packs of that like years ago to give to the albino rhino because it was like a gag. I'm like, yeah, you fucking have fun with this. And then I had like 3 cans of it left over or 2 cans of it left over. And then the last time I bought it, Greg, so Rod Greg, Greg, fucking weirdo Greg, he sent me a couple local beers from him that are like, one was a hemp beer made by like a fucking macro brewery in Canada that was everybody hates. It wasn't too bad. Then he sent me like a light lager that was like 3.8% that was just not good. And he's laughing at me, and I'm like, I'll fucking give you something to laugh about. So I bought both Clamatos, and he drank both of the 25-ounce cans in a single night in a single sitting. And then after that, he's like, oh, I don't feel too good. I'm like, the fuck drinks 50 ounces of Bud Light and Budweiser Clamato? Like, no one does that. He was not happy about it. I'm like, terrible. Yeah. Drunken says, LOL, that was the best one talking about the Heineken. I'm sure it was, you lager drinker. And then Earth says, how about some Zima, Drunken One?
I know a place for that for sure.
We can make it happen. It's called Rod's Fridge.
Yeah. Not in my fridge.
Rod's like hoarding all the 6-packs from everybody. He's just not telling anybody about it.
Stocking up on them just for later.
See, Drunken One says Zima rocks like Sprite with a little kick. See?
There's no deal that could ever be good enough for me to buy Zima. Just know that.
Oh, that's on you then, because there's a lot of deals.
Never say never, Rod. Never say never.
Exactly. Never say never.
So you're saying if they were to give you a free Zima, you wouldn't take it?
I wouldn't take it.
Oh, Rod, stop horse shit. You will take all of them.
Yeah, bullshit. I call bullshit.
What if they included your choice of Jolly Rancher?
I've never done a Jolly Rancher with a Zima, so that's...
There we go. New video. Done. Boom.
Yeah.
All the views, all the subs. Just make sure you talk positive about it. Lie to the viewers. This is the greatest drink ever.
That will get you over the top 30 YouTube videos.
Put the Jolly Rancher in the Zima, or you Jolly Rancher just in your mouth?
I think you put it in the Zima, don't you?
Yeah, you drop it in the bottle.
Yeah.
Joe's looking like
in the bottle.
Joe's looking like.
Yeah, are you an amateur at this, Rod? Rod, you're an amateur.
Hey, come on, Rod.
Rod, you've drank a Corona with a lime in it. Just picture the Jolly Rancher being that lime. That's all you got to do.
So you put the Jolly Rancher in the Zima then, okay.
Well, I mean, you can if you want.
So Rod's gonna play that. Who's a millennial now, Rod? Come on now.
There's no right or wrong, Rod. You
Well,
can
it's wrong
put
to
your
drink
mouth.
it. That's wrong. That's wrong.
No, you know what? I can't
That's a
remember.
whole other story. That's a whole other story.
Unbelievable.
Put a rhinestone hat to drink his Zima. What?
Yo, if you do a review with the rhinestone hat and review the Zima, automatic like 6,000 views. Automatic.
You know, it makes me just want to go out and buy a 6-pack just to send you guys.
Oh, we got a whole stock shelf full of it at our Kroger here, so
Yeah,
trust me, it's not hard to find.
there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
What, Zima? I didn't even know it came back, like, because clearly I saw it on the shelf. I was like, what the fuck? They brought it back again? Didn't they bring it back last year? What happened? I don't know.
Bring Zima back. Yep.
The cool thing is I only drank 4 ounces of it, so I was good.
Bottle share it.
Well, no, we did. So we did that. We did a review with Chris and Nick. We reviewed the single bottle.
You have it easy. You didn't drink a whole 12 ounces.
Oh no, fuck no! Are you kidding?
Bottle share Zima, really?
No, it wasn't a bottle share. They came over and we hung out and we were picking beers off the shelf. And Nick had never had a Zima, and I just looked at him like, he didn't even know what Zima was. I couldn't process. I'm like, wait, say what? He's like, what's Zima? I don't know. I'm like, you're fucking so Canadian. I'm like, it's
still.
Yeah, so we did. We did share. And we reviewed it on Nick's channel. He'll probably get it up sometime in like 2028. But you know, whatever. It'll be irrelevant. It's already irrelevant. Earth says
he doesn't want to show this footage.
Well, we all agreed it wasn't bad, but I'm like, I can't. I just kept on looking at the entire review. I'm like, how the fuck do you not know what Zima is? Like, how do you not know what Zima is? I'm Canadian. Doesn't matter.
And Joe, that's why the Americans have the bad name, because you let our friends of the North.
Oh yeah, they're so polite, but not really. Earth says, I haven't had Zima in so long, can't remember it. You know what that means, Earth? You join us. We're going to do a beer analysis 101 on Rod's channel. It's going to be Zima. It's going to be fantastic. And then Eric Gilbert says, Buzz hemp beer. That was the hemp beer that Greg sent to me from Ontario. And I'd imagine the Hemperor is better than that beer. Just saying. I'd imagine. But yeah. That's it. All caught up with comments. We still have 8 people watching because Zima, clearly.
I guess we've been on for a bit, so probably gonna wrap it up here. But
I've really enjoyed tonight. It was a good time. We talked about a bunch of different stuff. It was fun. Mostly Zima.
Oh yeah, definitely. More for
Zima.
more for the show's benefit.
Wait, what?
Boulevard Brewing is about to release a new beer.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
With Tech 9.
Yeah, it was Tech 9? Yes.
The Caribou Blue beer.
Yep.
5.5% ABV. The C word coconut.
Mm-hmm.
Pineapple and tropical tart feel to it, they're saying.
So we get Boulevard here. I don't know if I get that. We'll get that beer. If I don't, I'm gonna need one of you guys to grab it, pay you whatever. Yeah. Seriously, I like Tech 9, and I like that fucking beer clearly because that's coconut. It's automatic 5 out of 5. But I want to review it anyway, just for shits and giggles.
And actually, Eric may like this one because it has a tropical nice feel too. So maybe the coconut's hitting a little bit.
They're going for what? Pina colada kind, right? That's what they're kind of going for.
So that's a beer to look out for. I think comes out like here in June some point. So
yeah, soon. I guess he worked with Boulevard. I saw an interview with this a couple weeks ago. And he was talking about like they've been working on it and like he's been taste testing it and trying to get it to what he wanted to. I was like, holy shit, Tech 9. So it's like trying to get a beer.
Colada fan is trying to get a beer that way. They're calling it pretty much like a candy beer, like beer that doesn't taste like beer.
Ooh, I don't know about that, but sign me up anyways. That's coconut.
But with that being said, I guess we'll turn over to Eric so we can get ready to shut it down here. It's been a great show tonight, so definitely appreciate everybody watching and all the fun we've had.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, Ron. Guys, if you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. Guys, in this day and age, it's stupid to drive home drunk. If you're going to be driving home drunk, just be ready for the cops to pull you over, make you do the stupid-ass sobriety test, or in the back of a cop car, go to jail, and then you're going to have court fees and then possible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family and friends and put yourself 6 feet under, right? Just sleep off your buzz, get your car the next day, have someone get you Uber, taxi, a Lyft, just something so you don't have to be driving home drunk in this day and age because there's zero tolerance now.
And if you do take an Uber home, see if they can swing by a White Castle for some sliders.
Make sure they're not like
In a big red.
Make sure
Not a
not
big
like
red.
a serial killer or some psychosocial or something.
Yeah, that's the preference, but
Yeah.
I mean, their sliders might be worth it. Who knows?
And then make sure you check out Eric's channel, Eric Alliance Fan. Check out Joe's channel, The Beer Patrol. Check out their videos, their beer reviews, their unboxing. Eric, anything upcoming you want to mention on your channel?
I got a bunch of beers from Rod I got to do yet. I got the Rheingeist beer. I got the beer that Todd had today. What was that from was it Platoon Brewing? Was that where it was from, Todd?
Todd, there he goes.
Platform.
Yeah, that beer right there.
Yeah.
That was from
Platform
Rob.
Brewing. Then I got some Old Nation beers I got to do. I got Detroit Tiger stuff I'm doing. I got some Lion stuff. If you guys are any part of my sports channel, I'm going to be doing Michigan State and Michigan kind of preseason stuff, and during the regular season, going to be blogging about those guys. So stick around on my channel. I got some pretty good content, or I think it's pretty good content coming up.
All right, and Joe.
The channel's fucking horrible. Don't watch it.
Thanks.
No, I said my channel's horrible. Don't watch it. Yours is fine.
Yes, stuff upcoming on your channel.
Yeah, I have a lot of content. So I apologize in advance. I basically have a video a day for like the next 3 weeks. This weekend I will have the beer mail unboxings from Eric and Rod going up on Saturday and Sunday back to back. And then a week from this upcoming Monday, I have Other Half Brewing Company week on the channel. 7 days, 8 beers. The math doesn't work. I know. We're going to be doing a side-by-side in one video. But yeah, that's what I got. And then in addition to that, what these guys sent me and what Todd's going to send, I'm fucking swamped in beer, and I couldn't be any happier.
There you go. And Todd doesn't have a channel, but I think Todd is the only father amongst us, so happy Father's Day upcoming for you.
That's true.
And for any of the dads out there watching,
Yeah,
whether you claim them or not on your taxes, happy Father's Day. And Todd's got some pretty good beers though, so he'll probably be drinking them in and out and stuff. But if we don't talk, have a safe trip up to where you're going to Boston, and
Thank you.
hopefully you'll get some good beers up there. And before we close out, we're going to dedicate this last segment to Joe to match his nice coordination efforts tonight with the Nike matchup. So hopefully you guys will enjoy.
Every year, you do something new. Now, where'd you get the mushroom shirt? I'm trying to impress you. I know. Now, where'd you get the mushroom shirt? I got the new. Well, the secret is you got to coordinate. Most people don't coordinate. So you got to coordinate. Yes, that's what you did. Yeah.
Interesting.
See, I told you they don't stink when you pull the membrane out.
That being said, cheers, everybody. Thanks for all watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Remember, there's always time to get your beer on. Cheers.